Let's go.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What's up? Peace, bless, love. Give thanks to that man above. You now rocking with Mr. Uncommon.
Hey, yo, what's going on? Y'all already know who it is. The Fresh Prince himself, Izzy Finesse.
And your boy Josh. Remember, y'all figure out your experiences and your finances will come along the way. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's get it.
Let's go.
So we back with another one. You know, another episode. This is episode. What episode is
34.
34. You came a long way. So
Tre Quattro.
so y'all already know how it goes. Please always just like, share, subscribe, to our Off Experience page. Also catch us on Instagram at Off Experience Pod, and let's get this rolling.
Ooh, don't forget to follow us on TikTok as well. We out there making these videos.
Yep. All right. So today, ain't gonna lie, man. Today we have a special episode and a special guest in the building, right? I met this guy about to be 4 years. Right. 4 years ago when I first started to want to open a business, or when I first started the business of the clothing line, Uncommon Collections, and to do my LLC, right? My cousin calls me. And I was like, yo, I got this guy. Let's go over there to Jersey. And mind you, I almost didn't go. I almost didn't go. Swear to God. So it was late. So like, all right, let's just go. Set up an appointment. We went. First date. It was like click. Yeah. Just click, man. It was cool guy. I'm talking about like just super click. Ever since then, that's who I've been doing the business with. All my LLCs has been through him. You know what I mean? He owns a business consulting company, right? Yep. So we're gonna talk about business. We're gonna talk about his upbringing, how he got into that space, his business ventures. He also owns a juice bar, right? Yep. So we're gonna get into all that. Listen, today I here present you JP. Yeah, let's go.
Let's go, guys. Oh man, first of all, thank you guys for having me on your platform. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate you coming, man. Appreciate you coming.
Seeing your growth and how you've developed the business and your different ventures,
thank you.
That's really inspiring. Especially what you're doing with your son and your partner here. That's dope, man. So thank you guys
Thank you.
That's dope. That's cool that you say the word inspire, because that is the word of the day, y'all. Inspire. Feel someone with the urge or ability to do or feel something.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the word of the day, because every day we want to see success,
right,
in ourselves and others. So you being here, man, you just even blessing us with your knowledge, your inspiration, man. It's a blessing, and I want to say thank you.
Oh man, thank you guys, and giving the information, most importantly to the community, right? Because the information is needed. That's how that's the biggest currency, right? Is information.
Yeah.
If I take this information, give it to you, you give it to him, he gives it to him. Now we all grow together.
Yes.
And then we get more new information and bring it to the pile.
Facts.
And that's how we develop and evolve and become a lot better as humans and business people as well.
Yeah.
I love it.
And that's, like you said, that's something we don't really do or preach or even give out that knowledge. The way, just how we was raised, I will blame it on that, right? Like, y'all agree with that?
It's a very survival mentality where if I have this info, I'm not gonna give it to anyone. And I'm gonna tell you this, man. This is one of the things that's helped me really evolve and really grow in my network and got a lot of different communities involved. I always give the game. Yeah. Like sometimes I like that be my goal. Like I know sometimes in certain situations that I understand the person's character, and I'm like, oh man, this guy's a buster, man. This is such But I'm still gonna give you the information because to me it's just like, yo, let me share it. And that has opened doors for me, man, that I look back now and I'm like, damn, like, wow, my life has really, developed and evolved, and I've learned so many things just by giving another person information or putting somebody on. Like, yo, this is the play, do it here. I don't want nothing, but yo, I think you should really take a look at that. Yeah. And that goes a long way.
Yeah, you open doors. I like that. I mean, you open doors, but you don't force nobody through.
Nah, man, it's not.
I love that.
Man, I ain't here to push nobody. It's on you.
That's
man.
dope.
It's true though. It's on you to even look for that. I'll give you that, but I can take it to the palm. But
I like that because like us being raised by our parents, most of our parents would be like, oh, let me hold your hand and lead you the way.
Right.
You basically showing others people like, nah, let's break that chain. From when we were younger. Of
course.
Let me just open the door for you, give you a little bit of knowledge so on the other side of that door, there's something there.
There's something there, of course. And importantly now with so many different changes that we have, right? there's different technologies, there's different softwares, there's different AI tools.
Yeah, right.
That all of these elements, if you're not of a certain world or you're not in the business of knowing these things, this is my job. I have to whenever I have a client that is in a different sector, I have to learn about that sector.
Yeah.
I got to know what's up to date in technology. So if I'm able to have that information and provide it, that's how you're going to grow.
Yeah.
There's so many new tools. A new tool is coming out every day.
Yeah.
Right now. You know what I'm saying?
And
So
people
it's-
need those. People need that for sure, man. People fucking. I mean, why, like you said right now, that if you're not in that type of world, you're gonna get lost. Like,
Right.
You know what I mean? And if that's like, let's say our parents, they don't really understand what's going on right now.
Of course,
they're looking at it like everything's just, what is this? What they look like? That's like. You know, in layman's terms, how people say like the chino, right? Like, right? Like, what the fuck am I looking at? What am I seeing, right? So, you know, and if you really don't get in tune, you're gonna get lost behind it.
Of course,
You
of
know what I
course.
mean?
And these are things, man, that I feel that I learned very early in my journey as an entrepreneur, and it really gave me the leverage. Like early. I remember my very first like hunger or that I enabled myself to fall in love with what is business and the passion of business was on my very first business deal. My mom had a beauty salon for many years. Her career was a hairstylist.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she would send me, in the Spanish neighborhood, the person that has the salon, business a little slow. Yo, papi, go ahead and give me some flyers in the neighborhood. So I'm like, all right, cool. I go to the neighborhood and I'm giving it out. And I remember the store next door, Mr. Martin. He's like, me lo puedes a mí también.
Yeah.
That was my very first transaction of like making my own money.
You
like,
felt it.
Bro, I felt it. And I was like, oh man, this is cool. I'm like, yeah, venga. Boom, he gives me a stack I go through. So when doing that, it was a guy, Cisco. I never seen him again. If you out there, brother, thank you for what you did in my life.
That's
I
right,
remember I
thank you.
went, he had a rim shop. Right on Baldwin in Jersey City. So I go and I go leave a bodega and the salon flyer. I stapled my joints. I'm like, this is right next to each other. Boom, I drop it off. He's like, hey, you could do some flyers to me? So automatic in the moment, I'm like, yeah, my company, I can do that. When can we arrange a meeting to work things out? I'm 12 years old.
So your company,
In his head, he was probably thinking like, I'm gonna give him $10, $15 and this could don't be good.
Yeah.
So boom, I came the next day. I was like, hi, Mrs. Cisco. I would love to help you. I could do 3 days a week. Each time I come, you're gonna give me $20.
Yeah.
And I could do that 2 times a month. And depending on the traffic you got, we could continue the relationship.
You negotiated
going.
your deal quick. You ain't let nobody do it.
Man, it was
At
so
12.
at
Yeah,
12, yo. I never forget that story. So, and God bless him because he was very welcoming and he kind of like he's an OG. He was older at that time. He's trying to look at this little guy.
Yeah.
What is he doing? You know what I'm saying? But he respected it. And I ended up seeing that guy because my mom had that salon in that location for like the following 5 years after that. So I kept a relationship with that guy for 5 years. He introduced me to people and led me to know things about, his business that I'm able to help my clients with now. You know what I'm saying? So these are things that are very, important and that urge, man, for business. Once I did that transaction, I said, I love this. This is what I want to do the rest of my life. And then a couple months later, I found out, and this is a key component I want to give to every entrepreneur out there, right? If you decide you want to be in business, number one, you got to have the passion and love business, right?
Yeah.
And look at it that this is a long journey, right? Business is full of ups and downs. Like, and I tell you, from a person sitting, I've seen accounts go to close to $1 million. I've seen them come all the way down to even negative, to go back to 100 and something. Like, I've seen all of that. But that is part of the game. If you don't have that passion, that respect, and that patience, don't become an entrepreneur. And number two, which is the most important thing, know how to sell. Yo, if you know how to sell, you could get it going. And this is what brings me to the second part that I discovered early, that I was a good salesperson. Mommy having the salon, there was a guy named Tony. He would hang out with all of our like childhood friends on the block. We play basketball, but he was like 18 and we was all like 13, 14. Yeah. He was around. And I remember, I don't know what the hell happened. He had a bunch of cassettes, the yellow joints with the headphones. He came to the salon. And he's like, yo, I need to get these popping. So all the kids come. It was me, Willie, Lamar, Christian. All the kids come, and we're it's a big ass box. And I'm like, yo, Tony, what's the price you gonna give? He's like, yo, I'm gonna give it to y'all for $5. Sell it for whatever y'all want. I said, all right, cool. I'm gonna sell it for $10. I said, the first thing I'm gonna need y'all to do, take this box outside. Yeah, my mom's salon. This is my market. If I'm selling it for $10, then I'm already thinking, right?
That's a fact.
I said, I got to
Real
take this
estate.
box outside because this is my place. I'm going to sell it for 10. You could come for 8. And if your mom's getting her hair done, she going to buy it from you. I don't need competition.
That's kinda, and
No,
that's,
but that's smart though.
Yeah.
That
it
was all
is.
part of the strategy, and then thereafter, bro, I remember my very first cassette that I sold and we sold, bro, that day. I think I must have sold like 50 cassettes. Like I went ham. After I sold everybody in Mommy's salon, I went to the next store. I went to Martin's store.
Yeah.
I went to my man Cisco. I was like, yo, I got it. That first transaction, the lady was a little like, mami, pero son para los, llévatelo para tu marido. What you doing? Yo, and that shit just flew out. Like, it just came out. I said, oh, and she gave me the money. I said, oh.
That
my
shit sounded
words, I could get
good.
money.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is
yeah.
gonna go for the rest of my
Yeah.
life, you know? And then that transition. But yeah, I would always say to entrepreneurs, yo, have the passion and learn how to sell.
Yeah, he literally just told everybody the epitome of hustle plus muscle equals success.
Hustle plus muscle equals that.
Yeah.
Seriously, yo.
In his terms, bro.
OD,
Like,
son.
my man said, yo,
OD.
this is mommy's salon.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta move out there somewhere,
right.
bro.
Yo,
Like,
this box, and it was a bunch of kids. I said, nah, kid, you gotta go.
yo,
Ain't
dude,
that about
and he
it?
had
Yeah.
the right though. He had the really upper
Yeah,
hand on
of
that
course,
one.
of
Like,
and
course.
that's when you tell them like, yo, business is business.
This
Like,
is business.
Yeah, I mean, they took it. They were laughing. They were like, oh,
yeah. But they
cool.
they kind of teach us that in school though. Like, y'all remember when they used to give us like little chocolate boxes and
Oh,
like,
yeah,
here,
yeah,
like
yeah.
go
Yeah,
sell them,
go
you
sell
know, for
them,
like
right.
a fundraiser or
Of
something,
course, of
and you'll
course.
come back with that money. But
Right.
you actually got out there and actually was selling
sold.
them like, yo,
Right,
here,
right. It's a very important feature, man. If someone's in business, you gotta sell.
you definitely do, yeah,
You
for
gotta
sure.
sell yourself,
a
man. You
business.
you gotta be able, and not only the business, right, or the product or the service.
Yeah.
Be able to sell yourself, right? And don't be afraid if this doesn't happen early in your entrepreneurial, career.
yeah,
You have to first evolve as a person, as a human being, right? Because when you're in business, one of the things that you have to realize is that is a couple things that are factual that are going to happen. Number one, not every deal is going to go as you expect by default. You're going to have a certain percentage of deals that are going to drop. You're gonna have collateral damages in relationships because it is business, right? You could be my boy, I could be doing business with you, and for whatever reason, I may not respect your work ethic, or there's something that wasn't done correctly. That may be a relationship that is going to be a collateral damage that may not
be
be
hindered
same,
and all that shit,
right?
like-
Because you have to be able to communicate and be clear about what your goal is and what you're doing. So these are things that I'm always, I hold very dear. I understand it. And just like there's that portion that you're going to lose, there's going to be a good portion that you're going to win.
Yeah.
If you do your shit correctly.
Yeah.
And when them winning seasons come, run with them. They're great times. You gain a lot of information. It's a good time. So that all comes though from that personal development, being able to sell yourself, respecting yourself, having integrity, doing the correct thing, and then just moving forward. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much the philosophy.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Like he, you actually answered us like the first question into the segment. Like, what's your upbringing, right? Because he gave us that.
We can't find nothing else besides when you were a baby. Before 12 years old. I mean, did you ever sell like a bobo or something to another baby or something? Because at 12 years old, bro, all I was thinking about. I mean, I started working at 13, but at 12, bro, I was just running around like trying to figure out if I like this girl or not. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, I was doing that too, but
a business ethic, I never really thought like, you know what? Let me go out there and sell chocolate and do it to my best advantage. Because anybody could be like, yo, I'm gonna sell this chocolate for school, but I'm gonna sell it for $1.50 and keep the 50 cents to myself. You know what I'm saying? But I never really had that mindset. So that's pretty cool that.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't take 100% of credit for that. I would say it's the environment that I was brought up in, right?
Okay.
Like, my mom always had a beauty salon. I've always seen her go and work and be an entrepreneur. My whole life, I don't know a life without my mom having her own business.
Did she ever like give you like tips like along the way, like
Oh,
this is how you do business?
Of course, yeah. I remember like my mom would do her numbers on Sundays, so she would show me how to budget. Like I really got a lot of useful information, and I saw the balance because my dad was also he had restaurants. So both of my parents, I never like seen my parents go to work for a company. That was not a regular thing in my life.
And that's good to see because
That's
that molds you into.
Yeah.
Oh, my parents never did that. I'm not gonna settle for that.
No, yeah, it wasn't even an option,
Yeah.
But at the same time, the environment that I grew up in, you guys know, Yo, back in the 90s, it was real. Like on
That's a
our
fact.
block,
That's a fact.
bro, it must have been like a hustler like every 20 feet. A cat hustling something, or somebody coming into the salon. I don't know now, like I don't see it.
Right now, I think, but I know exactly what you're talking about. Bro.
Back in
Like,
the day, these guys, I got the phones, I got the beepers coming
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
salon. You got my man
You got the
hustling this on that
CDs.
corner.
CD,
Somebody's
yeah.
hustling that. The guy that owns the bodega's trying to hustle. Like it
Hustle
was-
man with a big trench coat. Like, yo, my man, look what I got right here.
And then in our community was cool because it was like everybody was Spanish. It was like you was Puerto Rican or Dominican.
Yeah.
And the OGs in those times and the guys that were whether they were hustling the right thing or the wrong thing, they always took care of the youth coming up.
That's a fact.
You know
That's a
what I'm
fact.
saying?
That's a
So
fact.
it's I don't see that too
Yeah.
often right now. Where I could tell you that it was a big cannabis dealer on the block, and bro, I could tell you I learned a lot of things about how he would manage his business and how his infrastructure was how set up, and like you would see his squad was always the flyers on the block, like there was always the coolest. They would throw
Yeah.
block parties, like. Obviously, that's why the community gonna support you. You know, not that it was right, but it was just they were giving back.
that was our environment for sure. So I
Of
can
course,
yeah.
you know what
that
I'm
was
saying.
our
So you gotta
environment.
learn how to sell.
Yeah.
You gotta learn. You gotta pick stuff up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying. And I feel like that was a big help for me. But then things kind of went like a little bit different. And I've learned I learned or I saw poverty really, really early in my age.
Yeah.
Not necessarily personally, but in that transition, when I was about 14 years old, my parents moved to DR. So we had to all move as a family. Mind you, the first time I was in DR was 5 years old. I never went back. And then boom, they dropped me off there, like with my whole
Right.
family. There's no light 24/7. The roads aren't paved. Like I'm
So
a fly.
different adjustment, like
I come with like Jordans on my fly shit, like and these, like it's a different world. I felt like even uncomfortable, because of the reality of how people were living. And you guys know, you go to the island, there's Puerto Rico's,
Puerto
DR's,
Rico, yeah.
Jamaica's,
It's
all the
way
countries.
different from here.
You could see poverty and richness. There's no middle class.
that's a fact. You ain't lying about that.
So in that transition, my dad actually opened up a bingo out there, which was cool because I never thought
A
bingo
bingo,
to
yeah,
me, that's
yeah.
a church. Like we go on Sundays. And I was in charge of having to count and manage the inventory for the beer. So we
Okay.
would buy like 5-10 cases of beer, and we would have to sell them. And the guy would say the bingo, and people go pay bingo, and they'll pay their buy beers.
That's a good hustle right there, boy.
That's a
Bro,
great hustle.
That's a
and
good
it was so
hustle.
crazy that because of how the infrastructure was out there, I had to really support my parents with work, right, with labor.
Okay.
Because you're growing a company and it's a family business, everyone's involved. Bro, I would work in the bingo like from Tuesday to Saturday because it was from 6 to 10 p.m. It wasn't like you staying home, so I was forced to learn.
Yeah.
How do you market things like on a very small level? How these people are living in these communities that don't make fucking $50 a month, but they would want to come gamble it in bingo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you see that firsthand. So for me, as an American kid coming into the DR and seeing that reality and seeing people from there to my dad having a supermarket, I would see people that would come buy 1 peso worth of salsa with 1 egg and a bag of rice every day.
Wow.
Not for 1 or 2 days. I've seen this shit going on for 3 years.
Wow.
The same people, right? So when you're like, for $1, you got 52 pesos.
Right, okay.
These people are buying 1 peso worth of fucking salsa to cook.
So that's
Or an
like
egg.
really fucking-
Eso, coño, like a little fist of food every day
Yeah.
because the poverty is so it's so
that real?
real for them. That's how they have to live their life. So I learned that really quick, and it helped me appreciate life. It really helped me become more humble as a person because you see the reality where, when you come to America, shit is sweet over here.
Yeah.
We may complain, oh, shit is hard. I got this bill, I got
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You comfortable here.
Yeah, we don't see how it is in like other countries.
In other
and everything.
countries,
It's real.
we would sell bags of water, kid.
Oh.
Like that.
Get outta here.
Bags of water for 2 pesos because they couldn't afford. There wasn't no budget, and they live on the day by day. Damn. So that's the reality, and that shit turned me into a monster when I came back, kid. I came back at 17 years old. I went to college. I got a freaking job at a juice bar, which is where I learned about the juice bar industry. I was walking dogs. I had 23 dogs a day that I was walking.
Damn.
I was on my grind. I said, I seen what's out there.
I'm not trying to be there.
I ain't never trying to be part of my
Yeah.
life. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to help as many people as I can. I'm trying to build my circle. And I understood at that point, I need as much experience as I can get.
Yeah.
Right? Because I looked at my family infrastructure and I realized, the majority of the people in my life growing up and older than me were men.
Yeah.
My dad, my uncles, we had a really good relationship, and everyone would kind of take care of each other. You know, that was the culture back in the day. And I see, I'm like, damn, these guys all have potential. They all work hard, but it's kind of like a circle. They never leave that fucking you don't see them make, like, you don't really see them, you know.
Ambition to be something better than what it is.
Right.
They just content already on their life.
Right. And there's so much potential, so much like
growth.
talent, and talent. Our community is talented. We're funny. We can tell stories, like we're animated.
People don't see that shit, man.
You don't
Like,
see that shit. Make music, you know what I'm saying? So to me, I always looked at them and I was like, yo, they just don't know enough. They don't have enough information. So for me, and this is where I fell in love with the juice bar industry. I remember Andrew Calazar, that he's like a really close family friend. I come from DR, and he's like, yo, I'm like, yo, I need a job, man. I'm trying to get this paper. Like, what's up?
Yeah.
He's like, yo, I'm gonna hook you up with a job in Hoboken. So anyone that's from Jersey, if you know Hoboken, it's right on the Hudson, right? It's right on the water, and it's an expensive town. The demographic there, at least at this time, it was more white people, more Caucasian people.
Yeah.
It was a different lifestyle of living compared to what I was seeing in Jersey City in the hood. Like, it was very different. When they took me to the interview, guys talking to me, and it was so interesting because I had a fro, right? A brick fro. This is a gym of all like pushy white people. You got Maseratis pulling up. Like, this is like, membership is $150 a month. You talking, I was 17, I'm 34. You know what I'm saying? It was a while ago. So boom, I get in there, right? And the guy that interviews me, he's like, damn, I like your personality, but I can't have you in the gym. I need you to be on the street team outside.
Oh, he wasn't stuff for you to sell and all that.
No, he wanted me to get flyers, but because my visual image didn't really reflect what they had in the gym. I'm a tan boy with a fucking fro. You know what I'm saying? I came in with some Air Force Ones. Like, I'm not seasoned enough to understand and identify the environment. And he was smart
how to adapt to it, right?
You know what I'm saying? He was smart. He did his chest move. He said, I need you outside. Nah, bro, you letting me know you got to get your image shit together.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
He needs that black token guy.
Right. And it was and he was black too, which was crazy.
Yo, that should be the worst, bro. Like, really?
Yeah. But he was cool though. Like, I seen what he was doing it from his perspective, and I understand it. And that's another thing that I would say for business, like, always understands people's perspective.
He said, there can't be two of us here.
Yeah, right?
He said, there can't be two of us here.
There's
Jazz
like
outside,
2 of us in there. Word. For real. But that's another thing, your perspective. Always understand people's perspective. We're quick to get, whether a business deal goes wrong or something happens. No one is intentionally out here trying to get no one. At least like that's in the world that I move in and the people I try to have around, that's no one's intention. Right? So if things or someone gives you a message and you're like, damn, that's not what I expected, or there's a certain situation, there's delays or whatever happens, understand the other party because this time and there's going to be more times and you're going to need these people. So just make sure that you understand because the world goes around.
And we get that kind of from like supervisors and jobs too. Like a supervisor's perspective is like, this guy's probably trying to get trying to get over me, and it's hard to kind of like break that. Like, nah, he's not. He's just
that's just
stuff that happens. Right.
It's just what it is. But boom, I go into the gym, and I remember I'm in the street team for like 3 weeks. They had somebody called out at the juice bar. They're like, yo, JP, come on. I was already fucking with all the members. Like, they were rocking with me. I was trying to be cool with everybody. I'm like, yo, this is a fly gym. I got a free membership. I got like in shape. I switched up my swag. I see how like the environment.
The 3 months helped out a little bit.
They helped me out. I came back. They're like, yo, this is a spot. I said, I come through. I remember the very first day, I had a shot of wheatgrass. I said, what the fuck is wheatgrass? What is this?
I was the same way.
This shit was terrible. I took a shot and I like threw up. Like, I was like, what is this? Like, my body said, JP, what are you doing?
What the fuck is
this? So I had it. And then as we know, like in our communities, once you're over 50, everybody in your family has diabetes.
That's a fact.
Every fucking person. They're taking a pill, and then that's when that shit starts, right? Yeah. So I realized I would see a lot of older people, and I would ask them, hey, you diabetic? Or I'm like, nah, like. Then they're like, no, it's low glycemic. I'm like,
it's low glycemic.
It's a low glycemic diet.
Right.
What the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying?
That's something new, all right.
Yeah, right.
Never heard of that shit.
Never heard of that shit, right? So to me, I'm taking all this data, right, and all this information. First thing I do, take a shot home. Yo, grandma, try this. Grandmother was older, so the 1 shot of wheatgrass is equivalent, I think, to like 12 pounds of vegetables. Like, if you ever made
is it really?
Wheatgrass,
that's crazy. I never knew that.
Yeah,
Are you serious?
if you ever, like, I was in the juice bar industry for years before I sold it off, if you're making a shot, you got to take a bunch of handfuls of grass,
Okay.
put them in a machine. It's not like 1 carrot. Now you
Right.
take handfuls. And all that extract is that gives you that little bit of juice. If you try to extract a piece of grass,
True, it makes
it's
sense.
not gonna be like it's no juice.
There's nothing in there. Yeah.
So you got to get a lot of it.
Yeah.
So that's where that comes in. The data comes in for that, and you begin to feel better. Then I'm taking ginger shots. Now I'm drinking beet juice. I'm
turmeric.
feeling a lot better, right? So what I'm doing, yo, grandma, try this. Because my grandma was diabetic. Hey, grandma, try this. My other grandma, hey, grandma, try this. My mom, yo, get a wheatgrass shot. So I start bringing that to my community. And I tell you, man, in all the businesses I own, those were the happiest people on earth.
Wow.
Oh, man. Yo, bro, I promise you. And I've owned bodegas, fucking restaurants, juice bars, consulting firms. I've dealt with many, many people in my life.
Okay.
And the people at the juice bar was the nicest. And I'm thinking now, I'm like, yeah, they're the healthiest.
Yeah. I guess they got clear minds and shit.
I was gonna say that.
Hi, how you doing, JP? Where's my wheatgrass? I'm like, damn, bro, it's past 6 in the morning. I'm so happy.
You got so much energy in you and all that shit.
Where's this energy coming from? But now I'm looking at their lifestyles. And even though I'm young, I'm like, okay, this is part of your nutrition. This is the food part, but what are they putting up here to enable them to be this way, right? What are they doing? What type of music they're listening to? Like, what are they doing?
Okay.
So I started to learn that, and that's when I meet my first mentor, which is Fernando Iglesias. He's actually from out here, from the Bronx. Love that guy, man. He really introduced me about, how to calculate what is profit margins, understanding how to get vendors, understanding how the distribution of certain food items. Because of the juice bar industry, some prices go up during certain times of the year, some come down. How to purchase, what you're able to freeze, what you can't freeze, what you're gonna add ice on to make sure you make your profit margins. I had like a crash course on all these things.
That's crazy.
A lot of
Yeah.
people don't
That's
know
business
that.
101
Yeah,
right
you
there.
said-
I hope y'all paying attention.
And you said too that when you had came back to over here in America that you was working in the juice bar
Yes.
and also walking dogs, and you said that you was in school.
Yes.
So was you major in business?
Great
in school
question.
too?
So yeah, my business major is my degree's in business management with a concentration on accounting.
Okay.
I initially wanted to be a math teacher. I love math. Like, I'm really passionate about numbers. I like it. That was like a passion. But then I did business management. I tell you what, and it's not, I don't want to put it out there as if I'm a person saying like, don't go to school or go to school. I would say, from a perspective of a person in a business journey, if you can perhaps, get some job history and then some job experience, then pursue your scholar career, get a degree, maybe you take a year off, get some experience, because I feel like for me, I would have got another major if I would have known what I know now, and I would have gotten access of other information like coding and things of that nature. Because it's things that are going to be more useful to me in my day-to-day life right now, right? Like, when I look at my business, I spend more time with my CRM developing automations and doing funnels that it's like anything that has to do with what my degree is.
So what is that? CRM? CRM or CRM?
CRM is customer relationship management.
Okay.
So that's like we were talking about database earlier.
Right.
A CRM is going to allow you to organize your clients. Now we have Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Google Ads. You have your website that people chat on. What a CRM is going to do is going to organize all of that data for you, and it's going to give you one inbox. That whether you text me, you DM me, you hit me on Google, you hit me, it's going to go all to one place.
Okay. And
then there's automation set up. So let's say, for example, if you contact me and you say, hey, I want to get an LLC, I'm in New Jersey, how do I start?
Yeah.
Because there's certain keywords in the automation, the CRM is going to send you automatic text message saying, hey, how you doing? It's been times with him that it maybe he thinks I'm talking to him directly, but it's just my automations that is talking because it's keywords through text. So you don't even know that. But that's things that I spend my time in the business, because this is what I have to oversee, all the conversations for all my sales guys.
And it kind of makes it more easier for you too, right? Because now it's not only you that's dealing with everybody else. It's like an automated messages.
Of course, it's getting people or getting the client to the point of what you want, so we could be prepared to have the conversation, get the consultation, get to the transaction part. Because time is a currency.
And
I was about to say that. Yeah, it's time.
I learned about that too. Actually, like reading upon like how to like do like make not do but own like Airbnb properties, and that was one of them, to have like an automated message so you can, for your clients that are staying in B&Bs, and you won't have to like give yourself in the headache.
Of course, a lot of things nowadays is automated. We just don't realize it, but the automation, like that technology, has gotten so good that it's important for us to take advantage of it. you save so much on payroll. You save so much on time.
Man, look at Bank of America. I'm fucking trying to get somebody. They want to send me to a fucking chat thing. I'm like, yo, customer service. Customer fucking service. Like, I still want to talk to somebody, but they do that automated shit, like, and they pushing it a lot. Like you said, it's coming a long way. So
it's coming a long way, and it's very effective, right? These are
it
things
is.
that are going on.
You gonna lie, it is. Yeah, it is
effective, yo. And that's a company perspective. It's just like, although I love John, right, and I want to speak to him as much as I can, I got like fucking 30,000 clients in my database, right, personally. Yeah. I can't have a conversation and engage with all of them. Like, it's impossible. Yeah. But I want to give them the level of service because I am in business. And if you need something done in business, I have to be able to answer your questions or deliver whatever service you need. Right? This is my mission in life. This is what I do. Yeah. So that's
and it shows and it shows how can I say, like, let me just like time framing wise, like if I hit you up and it takes you 3 days, 4 days, then it just looks bad. It looks bad. It looks bad, right? Yes. So if you got the automated, somebody hit you up, boom, you got to respond back. Okay, cool.
Right, it's commitment.
Right.
It's committed.
Right.
Committed
it's there.
And people, like, well, you don't have to, like, people need to realize psychologically, people just want to be addressed.
Yes.
Right? If I contact you with a certain situation, I'm not telling you to fix the situation right now. I just want you to hear, say, oh man, I'm sorry that happened, brother. I'm working on it. Yeah. I'm chilling. Yeah. They doing what they got to do. Yeah. But a lot of times people get clouded and they assume that, they want to fix right now. Well, they let that pressure come on them. So with that, like, you have to learn to navigate through that, which I had a really crash course learning, specifically working for the Bronx. Where I worked in Cablevision, right? So,
hey, don't give the Bronx a bad name, bro. Don't give them a bad name, bro. Like,
the Bronx. I love the Bronx. But yo, I after I was in the juice bar, to kind of go a little bit back, Fernando showed me the game. Then Craig Lasco, which is the owner of Club Age, I seen this guy take one gym that was like probably worth $800,000 to turn that company into a $14 million company and being able to exit and sell.
Wait, what was the start off? You said
$800,000.
$800,000 to $14 million.
To $14 million, and I seen him do the process and sell it. I remember I started with him in Hoboken. We opened up 33rd Street in New York. We opened up 55th Street in New York. We opened up Jersey City. I was with him through that process, so I learned how to duplicate the business, right? How they were calculating costs, how they would come up with investments. And these are like high level, these guys are like picking for, I remember a marble floor that he chose from one of the gyms, it was a ridiculous, I think like 100,000 or some shit like for the whole, I was like, what? Yeah. And then they come in big ass sheets. I'm like, oh, these guys are playing, at that time, I didn't have access to that information. So I learned a lot of it. So then, boom, that was great. It prepared me for what was going to be happening in a few years, was the juice bar that I had no clue. Which, again, to kind of go back on the network, that's how I got into the dog walking, because one of the members at the gym, she ended up, I would see this lady every day. Lee is her name. She would come in. I would always be friendly with her. She told me one day, you super nice, man. I just got married to this guy in the Marines, and I have to move to Virginia. Do you want my dog walking business?
Oh,
so she just gave it to you.
That. No. I had to give her a dime. I was like,
wow. That's plug.
That's
right
where
there.
Nice goes a long way when you're always just a cool person.
And look what she started off with. He's a nice guy.
Like, cool. And I would always, like, this was a 1.5-year relationship built, though.
Right.
Every day at the gym, like, there was a relationship there. So, boom, she tells me that. I said, personally, I didn't really like dogs, right? I'm going to keep it G with you. But then she told me, she's like, JP, it's 23 dogs. You got to pay between $15 to $20 a walk. I love dogs.
Each dog.
He loves dogs.
That was my next response when she gave me that. When she gave me the info, I said,
I'll try it.
I love dogs. My mom and my sister always had dogs growing up. So to me, it was just like, all right, cool. Like, I could get used to it. And that was the easiest money, bro. Easiest money. I would walk in. The people would leave me the check at that time. Walk the dog, go around the block, bring them in.
What's the most you made out of a dog walking? I'm curious. That's it. I be seeing them in Manhattan and all that shit, just walking around with like 30 dogs, bro. Like, how do you handle all that shit?
I'll tell you this. I had one story, right? It was a little bugged out. So I get a referral of a client. I don't know the client. I don't know. He has a great building, right? Trump Plaza, Jersey City. I'm like, oh, this guy's doing it. Fucking dog, bro. It's like my size, right? Huge, a big ass. I said, God damn, how am I? He sends me the photos before, but he was like, yo, I'm gonna be away Saturday, Sunday. I got back Monday. I'm gonna give you $1,000 to take care of my dog. Feed him.
2 days?
Yeah, wow. For 2.5 days. Feed him. That's how it is. And I don't gotta sleep there. He's like, yo, if you want to sleep in my apartment, fly spot.
The dog was trained at least, right?
I wasn't prepared. Right? So when I go into Son's apartment, I go in, get the key. I'm the fly building, all this shit. Dog comes on me right away. this shit is huge. I'm like, oh man, what am I doing? God, how am I gonna control this shit outside? Because as a dog walker, you don't know how the dog reacts to other dogs.
Yeah,
and in this world, when you have these communities and you're around these nice buildings, there's hella dogs every week. You got a dog in the elevator.
Facts.
And this is like I can't really
That's
like
a big dog,
control
too.
this dog. But as this is me walking into the apartment. When I walk in another couple steps, the guy had a fucking wall and he was a federal agent. He had a bunch of mug shots of people in Jersey City, like people that I actually know.
Nah.
I promise you. I said, holy guacamole. Like,
Yeah.
So
What do you do at that point?
Yo,
That's
yo,
Pito.
Yo, what you doing there? Yo, the guy was super fly though. He was mad fly on the phone. So I was like, oh shit. Like, okay, like this is weird. So then
I would have felt
seen him.
fucked.
I didn't know if this shit was like a service dog or like what was the situation, because he had like pictures in his house and his tactical with the dog next to him. I was like, oh man, is this like people know this dog? Like I don't want to get got outside.
That's
like,
great.
With the fucking dog. So boom, the dog had a really he had a collar where if you pull it, it tights the dog. Like it tights. This shit was the worst to put on. I almost got banned. I'm like, damn, this $1,000. I don't know if it was worth it.
Might not be worth it.
I don't know if this shit was worth it, but ended up that was the best weekend that I had. And I ended up having the guy for like another 3 years, bro. We ended up building. He was a super fly guy. But that was the most I made, $1,000.
$1,000 for 2.5 days.
But I would make on a daily basis, like between like 400 to 490. 400
Daily.
daily. And I was in college.
And I was gonna say back then too.
I
That's
was
good
in
money,
college,
bro. Like
I was balling. Like it was a time that I had like so much money coming in. And I was with my grandma. I was paying her $400 a month rent. Like I was chilling.
that was the one walk right there. That was the one day here.
Yeah, boom. I had fucking every sneaker. But at that time, I was like, damn, I need health insurance. I have health insurance. So I was like, all right, fuck it. Let me just go and get a job at Cablevision, which is Optimum now.
Yeah.
They had their call center in Newark. I was in the Spanish department, customer service.
Yeah.
Bro, so when you work in a call center, they have the calls at those times. It was like a square phone. And based on the amount of calls on queue, it would either be off, it would be green if there was a couple call, or red, which means there's 1,000 calls on queue. Right, it's a call center of like
If it's on red, it says it means 1,000 calls.
it's 1,000 calls waiting.
Wait
the
on
minute you
shit.
damn, you think you calling customer service? How can I help you, bro? I realized in that time I was in a Spanish department, so it was about 500 customer service reps. About 50 were only Spanish. Our territory was the Bronx. The light was always red.
Oh shit! I was
The
about
light
to
was
say
always
yeah.
red. The light was red.
Yeah, you got the
every
short
day.
end of the
That
stick right
shit
there,
was
bro, like-
always red. Like, where's my bill? I mean, this like that. I was like, oh man, this is nuts. But it helped me in customer service because my patience got developed in a way that I would receive punches from people. They would tell me, fuck you. I'm thinking like, do I own Optimum, lady? Like, I'm just shorty, like, my bad, yo. Like, it's not me. I don't own this, but you learn how to digest all of that information. So it really helped me to understand and identify when a person's not feeling good psychologically.
Yes.
What are the buzzwords?
Yeah.
Like, and I did this for 6 years of my life, so I understood, bro. I would work from 11 a.m. to 1:30. No, from 1 p.m. to 11:30 at night, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
I was gonna ask you, is that the call center that used to be the last one out, and everybody used to be got in here?
So yeah, Dan, you know, you go
I
there.
know what I'm saying.
So, boom, that was a good experience. Cablevision was right next to my college where I was going to college, so it was convenient for my life at that time. So I never had done sales on a corporate level, right? So I think I got fired. Oh, I got fired from Cablevision because I remember they would give assessments.
Yeah.
And I had a girl next to me that was fucking doing her assessment. I gave her the answers. I was like, yo, go ahead. And then the supervisor was walking by and they was like, oh, you got fired. I was like, oh, damn. After all this shit, my 401k, let me get out of here.
I said, keep out there, bro. Like,
I got some bread in there. Boom. So I'm like, damn, what am I gonna do? I'm not trying to do customer service. This shit is not it, man. And I get I remember I saw a billboard for Dish Network. I said, damn, I had one of my homies work there. Let me see what's up. So I go to the interview. I apply, I go to the interview, and I met, one of the key relationships in my life at that time, which was Alex Rivera. He showed me a lot about sales. He showed me about emotional intelligence, which is a key factor, specifically in business. And I go in the interview. The first thing he asked me, like, yo, what do you want to do? I said, what do you mean what I want to do? I want to make money. Why are you here? I told him just like that. I told him just like, yo, you hired, yo.
yeah. I like your ambition.
I like your ambition. You hired. So I was like, all right, cool. So boom, they take us on a call center. We go to 4 weeks of training before you hit the actual sales floor. 2 weeks is learning the terms, learning exactly like what is HBO, how was HBO founded, what other channels they own, how does the marketing side work, how do they sell the ads for the commercials, like they give you a whole thing of how the company works. Then you go on the sales floor, right, which is basically people from all over America calling to audition at work. Typically in that world, so you understand, it takes people about 2 months to start getting commission. Yo, my first 3 days on the phone, I made $1,000 commission. The first 3 days. So they automatically was like, yo, come through. Alex took me under his wing because obviously the more sales I make, he was making that money too.
He
So
said,
he was like, yo,
it's good, bro.
He's good. He took me under his wing. And then he gave me, I learned the process, which I was actually reading in a book, Atomic Habits. At that time, he's like, yo, JP, you can have a goal, but what system have you created to enable you to hit the goal? What is your habit? Like, what are you doing day to day to make sure you hit that goal? So then he was like, yo, JP, you want to do 11 sales a day? You got to do a sale an hour. Boom. So he put that gas on my back, and I would stay there from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. I think the ladies I left one day was like midnight because if I wasn't leaving with 11 sales, I wasn't leaving. And my checks was like 11, 12,000, 13,000 bi-weekly. Like, it's all on Instagram. Crazy.
It's funny
For
you
like
say. It's funny you mentioned that book because I got it on my Amazon.
Yeah.
Atomic Habits?
Yeah, I literally got it on my library by James Clear.
Yeah, great book, bro.
Yeah, I gotta read
No,
it.
yeah, I got that book too. I
think you're the one who told me it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can give it
yeah.
to you. No, yeah, I read that book too, and it's
Amazing
actually
book.
and like it tells you too, like the importance of writing down goals.
Yes.
And I seen that you had a post of you just pages of like writing down goals. So like, can you just like explain like the importance of really like writing shit down and like
And it's
going
cool
after
that
goal?
he's asking you that because I was gonna ask you how did you write your goals out on a piece of napkin?
No, this is.
Or did
that's
you
a
write it in
great,
the
that's
book?
a great question. So and this is, I'm gonna put this on social media. So anyone that worked with me, they'll be able to vouch. When I went into that job, maybe like a month before, my mom gave me a book called The Secret. Right?
Okay.
Like the
Okay.
visualization
Everybody knows
and all
that
that shit, right? So boom, my mom gave it to me, and I was, my mom would always gives me kind of that relationship of like, yo, here, check this, believe in God, believe in the world and the universe, and also great things happen. So I'm reading the book, and I'm like, damn, this is cool. I need to create a system. So then Alex told me, he's like, JP, every day when you come in, go in the bathroom, close your eyes, and think about how you're going to feel every time you leave here with 11 sales.
Manifest
That shit. So I started with that. Bro, I would go in, and it would be coworkers that I had that would look at me. I would literally go in the mirror, middle of the day, close my eyes, and just see myself, see how I was feeling. I saw myself reading the disclosures before I made the client made the payment. Like, I really lived that. And I was able to be on the top 3 sales reps. We talking about 600 sales reps, bro, for like 3 years in a row.
That's crazy.
And that was my technique. So from there, I evolved to writing it. And then that's what things got really, really, really to another level. Because I noticed that whenever I would write things, it would not come through right away. But I would do a vision board, come back to it 2 years later, and then I'm like, damn, I did all that shit. Like, I wouldn't even like think about it. Like, damn, I have the World Cup. Damn, I went to Brazil. Shit, I got the Lex. Damn, all that shit is on here. And I ain't even like at the moment of doing it, since my subconscious already, I guess it was going in there.
Not even noticing
it. Came
it,
into fruition. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's very important. And it's been something to me that to this day, I write down my goals and things I want to accomplish every single day. Yeah. Every day is extremely important, and it works out, right? And I try to learn these things from people that I see that has been working from them. Like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm a guru or that I made this shit up. Now I see, I'm like, oh shit, Michael Jordan did it. Worked out for him. Let me try that. I want to be Jordan in my field. Let me put those things into practice. So that was a beautiful experience, man, of emotional intelligence Alex taught me. I had a day, I remember, I was killing it. I must have had hit, one day I went ham. I had like 20 sales, bro. I was feeling like the fucking man, bro.
20 sales shit.
I was like, yo, that was a $3,000 day for me. I was
feeling
like,
like fucking Diddy
I'm
on the
that
business
man.
call.
Yeah, I'm like,
All right.
I was
can't
ready to go
be
to the
stopped.
CEO's office and be like, give me your seat. Give me your seat. You can't beat me in sales. I run this. And then I came in the next day. I ain't have no sales. The day after that, I had no sales.
And how did that made you feel? Because that must have made you feel like fucking
like
shit.
bro.
Okay,
I
yeah.
wasn't emotionally intelligent because I went on a 1 day. I let one bad day turn into a week of bad days, right? Because I became I wasn't, developed enough. I was still ignorant.
You got attached to the laws.
Yeah, I was. Well, yeah, I was attached to the laws, but I was ignorant because I was blaming the customer. Right? I'm like, damn, I don't want to talk with these. Why is my line getting people that don't have money?
Gotcha.
Oh man, I don't want to talk to these people.
Yeah.
How do you not have $160 to pay for this? They don't got it, my man. Like,
the
but I was
perspective.
the perspective. So for me, it was like, nah. What Alex told me is like, nah, you're not being intelligent. You got to dig deep, and maybe you're not providing enough value, right? You're believing yourself too much. You're too much in your head, and you're coming from a perspective where your ego is kind of you're letting your ego dictate what your day should look like. It's not about the sales. It's about how much value you could provide, because that's what's going to give you the sales in return. Yeah. And if you're not emotionally intelligent, you will never understand that.
And the reason why I say this is because when I do my Uber Eats and I deliver my food, there be people who get the lowest amount of food. And my ego be like, man, what the fuck, man? Why people can't buy a lot of food so I can get money
for you?
Right, you know what I'm saying? So I could deliver the right amount. But then again, when I do deliver that small amount of food, I get the best outcome of it. They give me like a $10 tip.
Right.
So now I'm looking at it like, oh, the value is better than what the outcome would have I thought would have been. You know what I'm saying? That's how I laugh and I'm like, yo, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I really relate to it a lot, man.
I think that's just how the world, like, it's just how you see the world. There's two ways to see it.
Yeah, of
right?
course.
It's just any way you walk through, anything you do, just how you see it. That'll determine how your day goes and how moving forward in life.
Of course,
right?
Of course. And it's always, like we were saying a couple minutes ago, man, it's all perspective.
It's all,
Right? It's all perspective. Like I can't, I've had situations in my life where it's been like very low moments, like, when I lost my grandmother, coming from DR and it was a moment where, like, because of how the system works here, I used to live with her. She had Section 8. She died. They were the first ones to call me. Yo, you got to evacuate the apartment.
Quick.
15 days. The lady was cool. She was like, yo, I'm going to give you 30 days because I know your grandmother for years. Yeah. So I'm going to give you the 30 days. I'm thinking like, yo, I just got from DR. Like,
I don't know what's going on here.
Like, I got some paper, but I don't know how to look for an apartment. Like, I don't know how to become responsible in my life. And that brought me to like a very low moment, right, in life. But to me, looking at it now, like it's all about perspective, like you say, because that was my calling to, it's your time to become a man, right? This is your destiny. This is where the journey really begins for you. Like, embrace this moment, be prepared for this moment. Be excited about this moment. Although you suffered a loss, this is a new beginning for you. And
can't let it take you down, bring you down.
You can't let it take you. Can't let anything take you down. Whether it comes to relationships, whether it comes to financial situations, right? Anything. There's always ups and downs, right? You got to learn to navigate and stay true to yourself. And quiet the noise. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of it's gonna be a lot of noise. I'll tell you this, man. I had one time that I had a business and things weren't going for me the way they were supposed to, right? At the moment. But in myself, I developed, since I've been doing business so early, the patience of understanding. Yeah. Everything is ups and downs. You can't, it's not going to be just skyrocketing forever. Things are going to happen. Through that process, I'm patient with myself because I know where I was going and I know I was going to eventually get to where I'm at today. I just had to go through that. But I can tell you, the people around me that flipped, man, and that switched up. And
imagine.
The things that switched, and I'm like, damn, like, to me, I'm like, at that moment, it's like, this is not intentional. It's a business situation. But, people are working out of it to evolve and become better. But it's like, at those times, there's certain relationships and certain things that you perhaps cherish. And then you see people's colors and you see how people navigate. And then people disappear. You could go from like freaking 100 people to like shit gets tricky and it's zip. No, everyone's gone. You know what I'm saying? Like,
why do you feel that though?
Yeah.
Why? Because it do happen for sure.
It happens,
right?
Yeah.
But why do you feel that actually happens? Out of those, like, let's say 100 people, right? You down to 5. Like, why the majority of people actually switch up like that? Like, why do you feel that way? Because that's my body. Because we all go through that shit, right? And it's like, what the fuck, man? Like, why? Like, why the understanding is not there?
I think because, as human beings, one of the realities that no one wants to accept, and you'll ask 100 people, they'll tell you no, everyone is selfish.
It's definitely,
You got to be selfish.
No, yeah.
Right? And it doesn't matter, like, how much of a great human being you are, right? Like, how much of Mr. Uncommon is. He's a great guy and whatever he's doing. If there's a certain situation, I'm like, damn, this is kind of being an inconvenience to me, I am out. Right? Yeah. It's not anything on my loyalty. It's not anything on that. It's just like, I have to also be selfish.
Right.
But I feel like the issue becomes that we don't understand that, right? We don't understand that on our side. Because usually it's like everyone has their side. You don't understand it, right? You're being selfish. You might take it as if, damn, they left me hanging, man. Shit, now I got the microphone by myself. Where my homies at?
Yeah.
Because the camera broke and we have to film from our phones, right? Where they go? It's not where they go. Is that they couldn't work under these conditions, and it was your responsibility to keep the conditions. Unfortunately, things didn't work out that way, right? But you're still gonna keep going. It doesn't change anything.
Right.
People have to be selfish,
right?
And once you kind of get your head around that and understand that everybody moves from that position, life becomes a lot easier. You have to be selfish, right? It's about the most important things in your life, right? At the end of the day, it all goes to protecting back home. Make sure my wife and my kids are being and having the best opportunities they can, right? And being there for them, right? I can't be there for them and not be selfish.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, you're right.
You have to.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think the more we get to understanding that and practice that muscle and actually become realistic, I think your life is going to navigate a lot easier.
This is why I always say, like, I try to lead where God has a plan for everybody, for all of us, and the cards are dealt for, right? So whatever's happening at the time that it's happening, understand that the time is gonna move with or without you.
Exactly.
It doesn't fucking matter, right?
Exactly.
So you either could drown when it's happening, or you could go at flow, and
or you could scale,
could scale, right?
Could scale.
That's on you if whatever you want to do. But there ain't gonna be no pity towards you. There ain't gonna be no sympathy, no empathy, because at the end of the day, how much can you hold that on you?
Of course.
You have to keep it moving.
Of course.
Right?
And you have to be realistic, right? I was reading some shit. I'll send it to you. I think the average person only spends 7 minutes thinking about another person. So like if you have a situation, you're only going to think about it for 7 minutes.
That's crazy. I never
Like you'll dwell, right? Because a lot of times we think, oh, he's thinking about this all day. No, the fuck he's not, right? No, the fuck he's not, right? Like, because we all have life. Things happen. But sometimes if you really look at the data and shit, this person's gonna be tight for 7 minutes. He'll be all right.
Yeah.
He good. At the end of the day, I'm trying to do what I gotta do to make sure everything is good. So if you're gonna be tight for 7 minutes, I'm gonna take that.
I'll take
Not
that.
intentional. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And understanding and really being unrealistic about things. Because a lot of times, especially in this era of social media, we're not realistic of how time works.
It's time.
Yo, I be seeing these guys, man, online. We should support our brands and not buy Gucci. Sir, Gucci's been around for 50 years. You know the distribution they got? You know the infrastructure they got? I love you, my man, but I can't. Like, your hoodie is not going to be in every Neiman Marcus across the United States of America.
He ain't lying. That's true.
Like, you can't compete. You can't even use that as an example.
Yeah.
These people this family business started fucking 60, 70 years ago. They developed the infrastructure. They worked to get it to that level. Now, are you willing to put that work so that your grandchildren, your kids could be at that level with your brand?
Exactly.
Yep.
Really ask yourself that question. And if you're serious and you're committed and you know this business shit is not a 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Some people got lucky, but you can see the luckiest ones. They go and come down.
Yeah.
They go and come down.
And if it's too fast, it's just...
It's just what it is. Right? Now it's hard to measure fast, right? Because we live in a time that having access to direct access to consumer, it's a gift and a curse. You could have a brand go viral tomorrow and millions of people fuck with your shit. You don't even got an infrastructure to get 10 jerseys out. Right? How are you going to be able to supply demand? Right? So it's a gift and a curse. And that's why I always tell people, like, yo, when you're doing business or whatever your business venture is, just make sure that, number one, you give yourself time. Number two, look at all of the data. Look at the fucking information. Right? It's going to let you know. The number's going to let you know where you could have a potential for fail. It's going to let you know what the risk is. And number three, be real with yourself and understand if you're willing, right? If you can handle the risk that comes with this not working out.
Yeah.
Right? That's the real part.
No, that's
my cousin, we had this conversation yesterday, right? And he referred back to one of the episodes we had that it was like, when I said, if somebody asks us, do you deserve, if we give you like this big ass platform now and they tell you, you think you deserved it, right? And I answered that truthfully. I said, no, I don't think we deserve where we are right now. I don't think that we deserve it, right? Will we take that? Of course, I think anybody will probably do, but we don't deserve it. What you're saying right there with giving yourself a time to build the foundation and everything, to really have the knowledge, so when that next step comes, you're prepared for it, right? You don't drown. Because if I say we deserve it, we deserve it, then when that happens, the knowledge that we don't have at that scale, what's gonna happen to us?
Right.
Right? So, you know, and he goes, oh, don't look at yourself short. And I hope you watch it because you can hear me. But, you know what I'm saying? Like,
for you.
You know what I'm saying? It's for you. I mean,
Shots fired.
Yeah. So don't, he goes, oh, don't sell yourself short. I said, I'm not doing that. It's not about selling myself short. I'm just being realistic. If somebody asking me a question in that magnitude to say, do you deserve this if we give you this? No, we don't.
Right.
No, we don't. 'Cause we haven't did enough work
Right.
for that time to come, right? So I'm glad you said that there because it gives a perspective now to
Of course,
what I was saying
of
on that
course.
sense.
And it's not even, I don't think the correct word is deserved. I think it's ready. Right?
Okay, yeah, right.
Because you want to make sure that you're ready because there's a lot of, as you scale in levels, just like as you're doing business, the conversations change.
Yes.
Yo, I remember, man, I was doing a deal with Santander Bank and I wasn't, not that I wasn't ready for that to be on that level.
You're going too there. We about to get you're going to ask that question today. About to get there, but I want to ask that next question.
Not that I wasn't ready to get there, but I didn't feel that I had the tools or the necessary vehicles of communication to understand, you know, the caliber of the people that I'm dealing with. So to kind of give a background of the story, Santander Bank, shout out to Nestor, man. He's actually from the Bronx. Great brother. They have a great initiative, man. Everyone go open an account with Santander Bank. They really help our community. They have some really good business programs. They have really good financing options, especially for minority business owners. So let's make sure that, you know, if you're in business, give them a visit. So with my infrastructure, I set up LLCs, right? And I sent people to open bank accounts. Bro, we wasn't sent hundreds of accounts their way. Mad accounts, people just go open bank accounts. So I build rapport, I build a relationship. So I have an endorsement play where we're working with PBC, the boxing company. We're doing
Congrats to that, bro. I was actually about that PDC.
Yeah.
What's up with that merge?
Yeah.
That was our next thing to talk about. So I'm glad I got into it. Like,
that was a really good experience.
Yeah.
And again, this is all from network, right?
Right,
so
right.
everything comes full circle. So boom, I meet my man as we building. I'm with the Dominican Chamber of Commerce, right? I bring him over there, like, yo, let's try to get these bodegueros and these guys to open up with Santander Bank. So we building a relationship. I'm like, yo, let me use my relationships to try to leverage. It took me about 2 years to build it to. Santander was no payment coming, right? I'm doing this shit
That's
on my
off
arm.
the strength, yeah.
Because to me, I already saw the picture. I'm like, yo, if I could prove myself to these guys and I could show them that I'm really serious and I'm consistent, doesn't matter how much time it takes, and they keep seeing my name and seeing referrals and who's JP and who's JP and who's JP, it's gonna get like
they're gonna question that. Who is JP? Like,
where's this coming from, right? So to me, I was very patient. So boom, it comes in. A colleague comes around and they bring a play. They're like, yo, I have PBC. Shout out to Vincent. We're actually working with an event. I'll see if I can get you guys in there as well for in Prudential Bank, Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. They got a fight December 29th for big fight.
Oh, fire.
The Machine. He just got picked up by Rock Nation.
Nice.
Shout out the Machine. So boom, whatever that happens. So there's a play with PBC. PBC is trying to get an endorsement because they're trying to attach to the financial institution to boxing. So for people that don't understand how boxing works. Boxing is it's not as organized as you would say the NBA, the NHL, the NFL. These are all leagues.
Okay.
When you're doing a boxing event, it's just like, yo, I'm PBC. Who you got? Oh, you got Golden Boy Productions. You got Ryan Garcia. I got Tank. All right, let's do a fight. We're doing the fight. There's no league. There's no commissioner.
So they'll do the contract themselves, sign the contract.
It's just all promotions,
Right.
just collabing with each
At
other.
the same time, while you're doing this is a bunch of old school hustlers, OGs that are doing this,
Yeah,
right?
well.
That've been in the boxing world. This is not like refined business people, right? Granted, they have their knowledge. They're building an amazing infrastructure, but it's not as ethical. Let's say,
you
Pretty
can
much.
see-
just in the way shit is, right? It is what it
You
is.
see it too from
Yeah.
like old boxers. Like you got Oscar De La Hoya with his
Yes.
Golden Boy, and then
Yeah.
Canelo he
Yeah.
separated, made his own thing.
There's always drama going
yeah.
on, and there's always it's they deal with a lot of cash,
Yeah.
right? Anytime this is when I'm learning this, right? So I'm speaking to PBC. They're like, yeah, in the proposal we want to be able to see if the bank could, potentially open Sundays.
Yeah, what?
Yo,
I
so
mean,
hear this out.
is that possible? Like,
Listen to this. So there's when Mayweather's going to like Vegas, right? His financial institution. Whenever he lands, he picks up $1 million in cash. If it's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that bank is going to open and they're going to have that.
okay, so they do have the incentives for those type of people.
It's
I
not,
got you.
It's not like that it's open. It's open for me.
For them, yeah.
If I make an appointment and I need to pick up a bag, it's going to
Okay.
be there because these guys are like, yo, about a purse, right? So you guys understand the purse. for that fight with Ryan Garcia and Tank.
They made a lot.
Yeah, I think it was like this on pay-per-view was like 216 million.
They made a lot. I ain't
Like
gonna lie,
each-
boxers
No,
nowadays.
the company PBC.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah, not counting the arena sales, not counting the
Pay-per-view.
endorsements.
Just the fight
boxers,
alone.
bro. Boxers
Just
now.
the fight alone.
Oh my god,
Right? So
make so much money.
again, this was awesome because to me, I'm learning all these new experiences about how the boxing world works. And then I realized these guys are extremely unorganized with their finances. They were telling me, PBC, my man Vince, he's like, yeah, yo, Tank, any of these boxers would go and they're like, they'll got 20,000 cash today. They got to go to 20,000 cash tomorrow. And then like, yo, you just spent 40 racks.
Yo,
I
like
went to the strip club. I went and got these jewels.
For real.
That's how it really. That's how it really is. There's no
That's
money
crazy.
management skills, right? So to me, I'm like, damn, it's a perfect play because if I could have Santander, money manage these boxers and their portfolios, that's a huge amount of deposits for them. It's a win-win, and I look like a fucking.
That was the
I look
connection
like
there,
the
then.
man. So boom, I set up the meeting. When we get to the meeting, it's myself, Vincent Ness. We're all the brown and black boys.
Right.
On the other side of the bank, on the bank side, bro, we're on Madison Ave. This is an 18th floor.
Oh, Blanquito.
Like, this is on some shit that like they opened. I'm like, oh man, this shit looks amazing. And I can't believe I'm in this motherfucker. Like, thank you God for that.
It ain't even the ATMs.
Yeah,
It ain't
nah,
the
it's
ATM
like-
section. It's like
Beautiful rugs. I'm like, damn, this shit look fly, right? So boom, we come in, and we're meeting. They start introducing themselves with certain bank titles, and I'm like, damn, I should have known that. I ain't know what the fuck no one did there because I wasn't ready with the information to digest. Like, money markets. What the fuck is money markets?
VP of endorsements.
So I'm in the meeting, right? They're like, oh, people got. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is money markets? Yeah, she only does 25 million and above. If you ain't talking about 25 million and above, you ain't sitting down with her. It's like, God damn, lady, nice to meet you. Let me get your card, baby. Shit, let me get your card. Yeah, so boom, we set up. They loved it. Obviously, of course, it's a great opportunity for Santander Bank to sponsor a boxing event, right? Because not only do you get all of the audiences, you get to build a relationship with a sport, right? Which is, these are the key features that they have.
and it's big money.
And
like,
it's huge. No, we're talking, this deal talking, $4.5 million. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're talking
endorsement over a couple of fight deals,
crazy,
which
bro.
is huge. And it was really inspiring, and it was really a wholesome moment for me to be able to put that together, to put that play together. And I tell you what, man, that shit happened like at one of the times where like I was navigating through like a certain situation, and it was just like God said, boom.
I got you.
And then from there was like another deal, and then that relationship just kind of evolved to a level that is just like, oh, now like that's locked in.
So you had so many people sent over. And how did that actually come about? Like you reached out to them, present them that deal, or
I reached out to
you
them.
reached out to present
I
that deal?
told Ness because it was already enough of a relationship built for 2 years, and I sent a bunch of accounts, help people get loans, and I'm like, yo, Ness, I got PBC. This ain't no branch shit. We gotta go corporate. Like, we
So
gotta
now
go to the top.
PBC. So see now you're the middleman now between these two people,
Yes.
right? So PBC came to you and said, "Oh, you came to PBC and said, I got
No.
these people." Like,
So PBC, I had a colleague that I met in the Dominican Chamber of Commerce that he was heavily involved into music. He does like events. He fucking works for Sony, like Osuna and those guys. So he has a big network of people. So to me, I'm already looking at my life like, all right, I have to start evolving and tapping into that next level and being in these rooms. That's why to me, the vehicle of being on a chamber is good because now I get to navigate with different business owners. So because of that relationship, that became a topic of conversation because I brought Santander Bank to speak at the chamber. So that linked
so it
right
linked.
there. Bro, everyone loved me after that because they were like, oh, you went. Because, like, and this is one of the things for our communities to know. Like, it's very difficult, especially when you're talking about, like, these very small businesses to have a Bank of America or Chase. They don't come outside.
Yeah.
Like, they
Yeah,
don't come. They're not going to come to your bodega to come talk to you and give you financial
nah.
advice.
That's a fact.
They're not doing that. And Santander did, right? We had these guys in there. They really gave a lot of information, a lot of value. So it helped me because I leveraged that relationship, right? Business is all about leverage. And people, what they see, the perception that like your reality is the perception. That's the reality of you, the perception, what they're seeing.
of you.
So to me, I became the person that is like, oh, he's the bank guy. No, I'm just fly with.
Yeah. He's the guy.
Yeah, but I'll take that role and see what I can get out of it.
That's a fact.
And that's how that deal was able to make happen. One thing involves from, introducing them there. You're like, yo, you got to meet Vincent for PBC. This guy's amazing. He got World Sports. I looked on this guy's Instagram. He's fucking with Jay-Z in the Rock Nation building. Like, I said, let's go. Let's make the meet. Let's make shit happen. Let me bring all my peoples and see to do that. And this is that relationship, which is crazy how it works with PBC, introduced me to The Machine, which he is boxing on the 29th, which he's up next. Kid got talent. He's super good. He's a young guy. You know, he's
I'm gonna look him up.
Yeah, I've
they're
heard
ready.
it.
They're
Isn't
ready.
He's gonna be fighting behind Devin Haney and them that day, or
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know the whole. I'll send it to you guys after on the gram. But now working with him, I'm helping the Dominican Chamber and the Dominican community give him sponsorship.
So how that come about? Because now that's
Yeah,
that
the committee. How did that come up?
this guy, I'll tell you right now, bro. This guy's fucking sharp, bro. Because every time you just advance what it is. But go ahead, we loving it, bro. We loving it.
And you said it too. The main thing in a business like yours is networking.
Networking,
And
yeah.
right now, everything you just said in the last 45 minutes is literally networking. And
Yeah.
So how did you get into the chamber? Because when I seen that, when we spoke about that, we were like, the chamber. Like, how did that? Is that a cover up for the Trinitarios?
No, for the DDPs, nah, that's funny. You shot, the
Yeah, you stupid, bro.
you shot, no way. That was how
They
did
went to
that
the White
come
House,
about?
baby.
Yeah, they took me. Yeah, which was interesting, right? That's a phenomenal story. So I get to the chamber. Shout out to my dad, man. My dad that layup for me.
Nice.
Nice.
And this is something that I want to say, man, for all fathers out there. Yo, be a cheerleader for your kid. Because you don't know how many doors that opens, right?
Drop a bomb for that.
Yeah, drop a bomb. So that opened up
Bomb for
doors
that
for
shit,
you.
bro. For
Because my
real.
dad happened to mention me in the room. And because I'm in business and because I understand how perception works and how people want to see you, I said the minute they put me in there, all these old school Dominicans that is about 50, I'm about to have them. I'm running circles around them. Yeah, I already knew that going in because there's a time gap, right? And there's a lack of information.
Got
that
new ideas and all
they're
that
resistant to opening their arms. But they don't know, like, oh, y'all not digital, you lost.
Yeah.
And somebody they feel comfortable with now because of the alley. That you know what I mean? With perfect shit right
exactly.
there.
So that helped me open that door, right? And really come into that room and say, nah, like, what are you guys trying to accomplish? So I went in there in the perspective of I'm interviewing y'all. By the time I was out of there, they offered me everything. By the time the meeting was done, it was like, what do you want? We need you.
We need you.
Like, public relations come through. I say, yo, and I let them know, like, yo, I got my focus is my company, 100%. But this looks very good, and I could use this as leverage. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This
Yeah,
is what it is.
It's relationships,
right? And I was very transparent with them, right? Because I'm not gonna tell you that I'm gonna be carrying the flag. I'm not on that type of time.
Yeah.
I'm trying to flourish my business and make money and build relationships. This is what I'm here for. I'm not here to tell you I'm be in the parade, and I'm not gonna.
We all just trying to grow in our ways, but we come together to grow. Do that, then we could do that.
But I like that because most people are afraid to go into a room of experienced people and afraid to question.
Yes, and that's I tell you one of the most important relationship in my life is my wife, right? Which she taught me that I was always or for many years I lived from the perspective of I kind of would go into a room and try to make people like me.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Instead of walking in the perspective that she showed me of like, yo, you are the value, so you have to decide if you like them.
Different demeanor coming into
Right,
a room, right?
It's a completely different energy, and it's like I'm in sales and I'm in the telecommunication sales. You have to control the call. It's the same. You got to control the room.
Yeah.
When you walk in, like I'm either like I'm gonna see who I ain't rocking with you. You look fugazi. I don't know. I don't like your shoes. I don't trust what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Your Rolex fake. Like I'm evaluate, right? I'm gonna make an assessment. Like
He's saying it's true though. He ain't
you know what I'm
lying.
saying? So I'm gonna evaluate. But in the previous play, I would have come in. Oh, that's a nice watch.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was kind of trying to like really make people
Wanna
like me.
fit in or that
yeah,
pretty
like
much.
fit in because it came from a again. Shout out to my wife to understanding my own personal insecurities, right? And really navigating through that and being honest with myself of, dang, why do I want people to like me? Like what is that fulfilling within myself? And my girl, you know, shout out to her. She invests a lot of hours into me to help.
Don't
me,
they all?
give me
Don't they?
clarity.
Don't they all? Right?
Yo, man, I tell you,
They study you like every second,
Yeah, they
like
know.
pinpoint.
Yo,
Yo,
know, man.
and they do got the shout out to our partners, man. Like that is true though, bro.
Yeah.
Like they really do that.
And I tell you, man, like it's like out of all of the business decisions that I've made, like the best one have come like when my wife is like, yeah, this is a go, like just go. You know what I'm saying? So I really value that. And
How long it took you to accept that?
Yo, to be honest,
All right, let's keep it real, right? As a dude, right? As a man, like I'm putting my feelings out there. How it kind of like I had a really tough time working through that. So I want to see if you could, you know what I'm saying? Like
a very tough
every
time,
dude goes through that shit.
Very tough time working through that, and you know, I look at it as not being mature enough.
There you go.
Right, and understanding it. We may think at the moment, now I'm the man, I got the ego, I hold shit down, like whatever it is. But nah, life is not just holding it down. Like, bro, man, I'll tell you, I had to stay, you know, with my kids alone for a couple days. My girl was
It was a lot. It was a lot.
I said, wow, God bless this woman. Man. God bless this lady, man. She's not only taking care of them, but also taking care of me and herself and pushing her business and doing what she does.
We don't see that.
We don't see that. And it took me a while, bro. Like maybe like a long time to really appreciate that and understand that's the true value. And that's really the true importance of life, right? Because everything else comes to go. The money, the business, everything. But that relationship is going to be constant. Think about these people, like my parents. They've been together 40 years almost.
God bless.
You've been having to wake up 40 years next to the same person. Whether your shit is lit, whether it's not lit, whether life is good, whether it's bad, whether there's money, whether there's no money, whether
That's a
there's
fact.
problems, whether there's no problems. That person is always there.
Yeah,
So
they
that's
stuck
a
by you
very
that
important
time.
relationship. And a lot of people don't value that. And I think I had the pleasure or the benefit of being surrounded by very strong women. Number one is my wife. You know, on development that my grandmothers, very strong women. These women came, you know, from the Dominican Republic by themselves. You know, had to put their families forward, had to take care of people. My sister. Right, my sister's a very, very strong woman, great attorney, does so much for the community. She's a real pillar. You know, a lot of respect for her. You know, and I love her. Right, so having these personalities and these people around you, to kind of mold you, because we are molded by the people we're surrounded with, is gonna give you the characteristics. So with that evolution, thank God I was able to have it at a younger age. To help me, you know, continue evolving. But I'm not gonna tell you I'm perfect, but it's, you know, it's been a lot of work that's been
But it
done.
had a better understanding more than others because of that foundation that you had.
Foundation,
right? So
and it's interesting, man. And again, all of that, once you really understand that and value that and put it together, that shit becomes leverage in business. Business, like you see things with more clarity, right? Like way more clarity. I can tell you, man, I like daily. I probably speak to at least, you know, between 5 to 17 new entrepreneurs every day.
Nice.
People that are trying to start new businesses. Like, and I could already tell, like from the first conversation if the person's gonna go, right? You can already tell, like.
How can you tell? Like what's like?
I look
Is
for
it something that
buffers,
they're
right?
saying? Or
Like it's the
buffers?
things that they're saying, right?
I like
So
that.
let's say,
I like that. I look for buffer. That's
Buffers,
gonna be my new shit. I go, oh, when you hear me say that, you know where I got it from. Now, I like that. I look for
Nah,
buffers.
you look for buffers, right? So I'm having a conversation with you, right? And let's do. You're in music, right? You do music.
No, I
Or
don't do music.
what do you like? Give me something that you're interested in.
Like fashion. Like
All right, you do fashion, right? So let's say, for example, you hit me up, IJP, I need an LLC. I'm going to ask you, all right, brother, before I get into any of the what is your plan?
Yeah.
What do you want to do? Tell me what's your plan about your merch company. Oh, man, I don't know, man. I see my boy was doing it. You ain't making it.
It ain't yours.
No,
It
because
ain't for you.
It's not your passion.
It's and specifically in our communities, it's three reasons why people got into business. They seen someone else doing the business and they said that person's doing really well. I'm gonna copy them, right? I look at those. We all get inspirations from other people, but I literally, you know, it's unfortunate that I sit in a position that I get to have conversations and people literally, yo, how do you want your website to look? Oh, make it just like this one.
Got you.
That's a podcast too. So I'm like, bring me GQ or some shit that is gonna be different.
Yeah,
Don't tell me to do it like this one. This guy does the same shit you doing. You know what I'm saying? So that's those business owners. I already tell there's no foundation there. So you're not gonna be around for a while, right? I'm gonna still service you, but I'm gonna be honest with you and I'm gonna tell you what you need to do. Number two, you either have a lot of passion, right? You have a lot of passion. You believe in what you do. You understand fabrics. You understand that you want to provide garments. You're not looking at it as merch, right?
Yeah.
These are the words that I look for, like when I'm having an educated conversation about business pertaining to what you do. If you can't have an elevated conversation about what you want to do, then you're not ready to go into that line of business, right? And then the third reason is money, right? Those are the three reasons people open a business. Copy, they got passion, or they in it for the money.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
And what makes the best business is a combination of the passion and the money. You got those two, you got the resources, and you got the passion you want. Like that's it. It's as many as these gurus want to tell you on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, like all these different metrics and formulas, and drink this water and do this shit and watch this. Nah, dog. If you got passion and you got resources, it's gonna go. Right, that's all it takes to really go, because you'll figure things out on the way.
Yeah.
To kind of go back to what we were saying, so to the juice bars. Prior to the juice bars, I opened up Bodega.
Okay.
Right. It was kind of probably the best and worst experience I've had in my life.
Okay.
Number one, I opened the store. I was still at the dish. I was making so much money that
At the bodega or?
at the dish, working doing sales at the
Oh,
shop.
gotcha.
So my dad calls me and they're like, "Yo, there's a bodega they're selling, 204 from Webster."
204 from
wow,
West.
that's right there.
What was this? Hold up, bro.
Yeah,
Hold
yeah.
on.
Like,
I used to chill over there, bro.
Yeah, right across the street from the precinct. And the
Yeah,
school.
yeah.
We was there. What year we bought? That was 2014.
Yo, that's
no,
crazy.
2016. My fault. 16.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, 14. You're right. My bad. 14 because we sold in a year and a half later. So boom, I get in there. I'm in. My dad hits me like, "Yo, I got the store." I bet. I don't know about this business, right?
Yeah.
I said, "How much you want, yo?" All right, he wants $25,000. I said, boom, go to my house, get my safe. No, I didn't even go to my. Then I just went to my sister's house. She was holding some money for me. I'm like, yo, have a book bag ready for me. Yo, I'm about to go to the Bronx.
I feel nice, baby. I feel nice, baby.
And that's when that passion, right? Because I already knew I wanted to do business and the resources. You have both of them together, shit's gonna happen. Right? Boom, I go pick my shit up. I go to the store. I don't know nothing about this. The guy's like, oh, all right, I'll go to the store. I check it out. I'm like, yeah, this shit looks like a regular store. There's no other stores around. There's a school across the street. There's a precinct across the street. There's mad buildings. This is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Easy to get a G a day on this.
Yeah.
30% profit. I could take home about $300 clean. If I was working 150, I take about $150. I'm not doing shit a day.
Easy math.
I
You
take
see that?
right? I just broke it down quick. At my first assessment walking in. Boom. I'm like, all right. I was like, oh, let's go to my house. So fucking sign the paperwork. Go to this guy has 2 big pit bulls. It was actually around this way. East Chester. So
Okay, yeah.
Fucking, I was like, oh man, I'm gonna get robbed in this motherfucker. I don't know, right? I'm like, where's the bill of sale? I ain't know about none of that shit. I'm like, yo, here, bro. Like, who we got to call the landlord? Let's switch the lease, whatever we got to do. So, that was so green. Boom. So, we go do the deal. Super fly guy, man. He was actually a character, that guy. He was cool. We do the deal. We get in. And this is where I got kind of the hard, truth of business. When I go in, because I didn't do a correct inspection, I had to change the grill. I had to do a bunch of construction. I got to change the counter because the way it's positioned. He didn't have the Tylenols and all the shit, the grab and go shit, at a point that it's accessible so people to grab, so you make more money.
Yeah.
So I didn't do that assessment, but when I bring somebody that knows about the business, like, yo, JP, you need to do this, and that, and you got to be closed for a month. Because all that construction got to be done.
Damn. Wow.
And I didn't negotiate it with the landlord, right? I'm already, because I could have told the landlord, yo, I'm not going to pay you rent for 2 months while I got everything together. I got to do a remodel. Or I even would have told the other guy, yo, lower the price.
Facts. Yeah.
I'm about to do this shit. Like, I didn't do any of those assessments, right? Whatever. Month, lost, boom, whatever. The shit gets done. I go into it with my dad. My dad was like, yo, I'll do the labor, just hold it down. Stay in your job, do what you got to do. I was making like $150,000 a year. I was chilling, working 4 days a week. So
nice.
I was like, my time, I was lit. I was traveling. I was living life. So at that point, I realized kind of quickly how tough of a business it is, right? Long story short, my dad kind of gets a little bit tired. He's like, yo, like this shit is eating me up. He's an older guy. So
I heard
like,
stores are exhausting, man.
Bro, I said, Pops, you good. I'm actually tired of this cable shit. So I was like, y'all quit. And I left. $150,000 job. I said, yo, fuck, I'm out. Boom, I'm never working for someone ever again. I told myself walking out that building. I ain't never working for, ain't nobody gonna tell me what.
Especially when you just bought a store and all that shit, your mind is already like, yo,
I got
hold
money,
on,
like
man.
I got money saved. I'm like, yo, I ain't nobody telling me ever nothing. I'm gonna go run. I go my very first day working the bodega. The very first day, someone walks in, takes a 2-liter and walks out. Now I gotta chase this guy. I'm like, God damn it. God damn it. Like, I gotta chase son. To me, and then I told him, I'm like, bro, why you ain't just tell me you ain't have it? I would have let. It's a $2 CNC, my guy.
Yeah,
What am I doing? I don't want to have to raise
You're
you.
about to get
But
your
now
ass
if I don't
whooped right now,
do
bro.
that, they're gonna do it every day. So
Yeah,
now
man.
this is the element of what the environment. I come from corporate, beautiful offices, free food to this shit.
To this shit, yeah.
God damn it. All right, cool. Goes through. I realized in the bodega, I had to be there at 6 a.m, driving from Jersey till 11 p.m. at night. You're eating everything that's in the store, so your diet is terrible.
Yeah,
The mental nutrition and the information that you're getting is what's going on in this community. So it's not nutritional to your development, right? It's just a bunch of ochincha, a bunch of bullshit that I would know everyone's business in the neighborhood, and I wouldn't even give a fuck. I'm like, I don't even live out here. I know who's cheating.
Back in Jersey, like, back in the Bronx, these niggas crazy over there, bro. Like,
this person cheating on this person. This person lives in this apartment. I'm like,
Mamitas, papitos, thing over there. That's not even her husband. Her husband came over. Like, what are we talking about?
That's a fact,
So like, is that like a reason why you opened up like your store shaking in Jersey City?
So this is how we get there. So boom, we do that. I realized I need to make more money. Every bodega, like you go to part of the Dominican community, traeme una banca. Vamos a vender número. Let's do some sports betting. I need to make some bread. If I'm gonna be in this month from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m., this shit better be worth it for me.
Facts.
Right? So we were able to bring the store to like $1,500 a day. I incorporated like Uber Eats before that shit was even a thing. I had a person doing deliveries because it just made sense. That was what the community needed. We ended up bringing that store from $400 a day to $1,800. We paid $25,000. I got $90,000 for the store.
For the store, wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
on my exit.
Nice.
And I
That's
realized
after a year. You said after a year and a half?
yeah, about a year and a half. Yeah, that was a beautiful exit.
a flip.
It was a flip, a beautiful flip. Yeah, so I took that bread and I took a month off. I said, damn, what am I going to do, yo? What are you going to do? I dabbled a little bit with importing like plumbing goods from China to sell online, but it wasn't people face. I made some bread with that shit.
Nah, I feel you. Yeah, the fucking little Alibaba type shit. Bro. Give me that shit over there.
I
bro.
saw that coming. I saw the Alibaba and all that shit was going to come down the pipeline because of the internet. People gonna buy shit. So, but I ain't really fucking with it because it's not people face. So what do I know very well that I can duplicate that is not going to take hours? The juice bar. So Christmas Day, I saw this shit on Craigslist in Union City. I went and I was like, the guy's name was Sean. I went, cool brother, Jamaican guy. He was like, yo, I'm selling this spot. I walked in, I already knew everything I had to do, and he had great equipment. So he was like, yo, right now, it's Christmas Day. Give me $15 for this shit.
Stop playing, bro.
I promise you.
But
The
wait,
rent-
it's the corner. The corners.
The corner joint.
Get the
like that.
15 for the
15.
corner.
No, this wasn't that. That wasn't everything, right? So check it.
That's
Check it. I tell son
crazy.
it's Christmas Day. I never forget this shit. I was like, yo, I got $12,000 right now. He said, here.
Get the fuck
Gave me the key.
out
I
of
swear
here.
to God, he gave me the key that same day. I already knew that it was gonna be like that shit was gonna go.
Ball for that, bro.
Boom. The rent was $995. Check it. Yo, check it. That this is why I was able to scale so quick. So I get that. It was a 2-attached building. After like maybe 3-4 months being there, the super gets fired. The owner comes in like, yo, you want to be the super? Don't pay me no rent.
Oh, yo, hold
it
on.
was like
I'm
everything-
already there all day. God was just
Yeah.
that was the preparation, right? And the passion.
Good fucking
I
shit,
said,
bro.
let's go. I'm gonna run with this shit. I don't gotta pay no rent. I was working the store
Yeah,
myself.
yeah.
I was making a bunch of cash. I was like, all right, cool. Let me go ahead and get my life together. Let me get right. I already have this foundation. I'm meeting mad people. I'm getting involved in fucking the Eastern Parkway festival. I'm doing the Spanish festival in Queens. I'm doing the farmers market every single Sunday.
That's the booth that you were
Yeah,
building on that?
Yo, every single Sunday for 4 years, I would have to go to the wholesaler, get all the produce 4 or 5 in the morning to be at the park by 9, set up tables, everything set up, and do that shit till 7 p.m. every single Sunday.
Hustle,
I was
baby.
exhausted.
Hustle.
But it was the grind, and I met so many. I got tight with city officials, right? Because what a lot of people don't realize is when you have a farmer's market, it's the best place to network. Who's gonna go there? People that want to take care of themselves.
Yeah.
People that have a certain,
Pretty
they're not
much.
as ignorant,
Yeah.
right? They know a lot of things. So I was meeting these people. I'm meeting, who are you? I mean, I'm JP from the Juice Bar, brother. What do you mean? So then when I started
Got so
freaking
confident
it,
by yourself, like.
Yo, it was cool because I remember and shout out to my boy Naeem that set that up for me. The commissioner, she was like, yo, you can have other booths. I said, word? All right, we about to start charging. Let's go. Yo, you want a booth in the park? I could hook you up. And the park was cool because it was right next to New York, like on the Hudson. So it was like a nice spot. It was right on the main avenue. I had the permit from the city. So now I'm giving booths. I'm like, yo, you got a merch company? Come rock with me.
Yeah.
Yo, you got a music band? Come from 11 to 12. Come play music. Because to me, I'm like, yo, if I could bring all these people, They bring their people. I'm gonna bring my people. We got to fucking flow.
That's a
And
fact.
we ran with that for 4 years, bro, and that was cool, man. I met so many people there.
And it's good for the city, bro.
It's good for the city.
You know what I'm saying?
Health wise and all too.
Yeah, bro. So from there, I opened Jersey City. Then from Jersey City, I got into 3 other gyms because of the relationship that I had with Club H.
Yeah.
I knew a person that had Fitness Factory. So this guy, great guy, Italian guy. He had like at this point like 9 gyms. So he was like, "Yo, JP, I know you know about juice bars. You just want to run." I was like, "I'll take 3 of them." And that's how I get those one package deal inside the gyms, not having to give no money down, nothing, because of the relationship.
And that's the
You know what I'm saying?
important thing. You see this? If y'all didn't catch anything of what he just said or what was said, the relationships, network, keep relationship. That's what's gonna get you places.
Yes.
Stop trying to be naive. So I can do shit by myself. Nah. It
which
don't
is-
fucking work like that.
And it's true because I remember when I went to a High 97 event over the summer, and I went with my wife, and it was like a fashion thing,
Right.
with Laura Styles and stuff. So I went there, and I had the intentions of swallowing my pride and going in there and promoting the
Right, of
podcast.
course.
So when I went in there, I got a little afraid,
Right.
Because the atmosphere is different,
Right, it's a
So I
different
didn't
vibe.
really
Intimidating.
Yeah, it was intimidating because now I'm around these different type of people that look different, dress different,
Right.
And now how would I approach it?
Right.
So I didn't approach anybody, and I went straight to the person, which is Laura Styles.
Right.
And I went to her, and I approached the podcast and everything
Oh,
to
that's
her,
dope.
and she was like, "Oh, okay, cool, that's what's up." I'll take it
Damn,
in.
that's
So-
how you do it too,
Yeah.
man. You got to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
That's something that I never been afraid of. Like, what's up? Because I know I'm gonna provide value. Like, I know I have a core belief.
I mean,
know
12
who I
years
am.
old, talking about, papi, come on.
Yeah.
Don't let me-
Yeah,
I mean,
come on,
buy
papi.
for your money, though. You
Buy
know?
for money. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
Like,
hit you with the one too. Like, it is what it is.
and from young to that's dope.
That's the key, man. But relationships, bro. So that brought me a bunch of connections. From there, we were even able to do like a free concert in West New York and bring different artists because of the relationship and the farmers market and even through there, bro, through those relationships, I ended up going to Tidal to the Rock Nation building because of somebody I met.
So let's talk about that.
You know what
Tidal
I'm saying?
times,
Shaking at that
shaking.
time.
You know what I'm saying?
Which it was fly because I went. I was with one of my homies. He's a rapper. Yorkie. First, shout out to my brother. He was in the rapping game, right? And I'm the business person, so music is very dirty and very very shady,
imagine.
right?
Delicate.
And
It
it's
is.
they over leverage, right? Everyone's like, nah, I know such and such. So it's like, you got to go through me. I'm the gatekeeper.
Got you.
To me, it was different because I came as a business person. I'm not trying to do no music with y'all. In fact, the person that got me into Rock Nation, they wanted to open juice bars. So they were leveraging my relationship so they could get game. And then I was leveraging that relationship to bring cats to Rock Nation, to give them the opportunity. Like, yo, I said with people in deals that I'm not in the music world, and I was talking about distribution deals and percentages at Rock Nation. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not from that world because of the relationships that I was going ahead and working through. It ended up, we were even going to do it was going to be like a shaken podcast where it's kind of like nutritional stuff. At that time, they were doing a lot of like podcasts and shit like that through the Tidal vehicle. And that brought me there, and I was just like, I realized I don't have the discipline to do content like this in the podcast form. I give it to you guys because this is you have to have the passion. If I don't fuck with it, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'm just like that. It's like I don't care. You could give me all the money in the world. If I ain't with it, I ain't doing it.
That's true. And that's true though. As people should do that. Like if you don't have the passion. I mean, I think we all gone through things that we don't have the passion for. Like
Yeah, I try to not live my life that way no more. Right.
No,
I went
no
through
more.
a bunch of shit that I had to do, man, shit. But it's just like now, it's like, nah, if it's not on my standards of time, I ain't doing it.
But you actually have one now, though, right? A podcast now, which is called Brown in Suits.
Yes. So I did have that. It was more of a TV show.
Okay.
That shit was stressful, bro.
Was it?
So tell us about that because I did see that you guys had the ROI channel with
RITV,
Roku and everything else.
So that was again network, right? Man, I love network. So, boom, everything now, and you don't take mental note, but now as I'm telling these stories, I'm like, damn, I got there because this person plugged me.
Yeah.
So ROI TV, shout out to my man Jay, man. Jay got crazy. He's actually from out here from the Bronx, and he's they're the company that own Doba Montana. I don't know if you guys know him. He's a real popular like the bow artist from out here from the Bronx. He has a studio, beautiful facility, right? This is my boy because I met him while leveraging the Tidal relationship, and I met the vice president for Spanish music of Audio Mac, which is a distribution platform.
Okay.
Max Escobar, my boy too. Shout out to Max Escobar. Through Max, I meet Jay. They're partners. And I'm like, yeah, I can reach out a title. Let me make a call. Yeah, I got somebody. Boop. You know what I'm saying? So that I just began using that on myself to set my place up, to become that person and become and intentionally develop relationships, because everyone's selfish. Yeah. If someone thinks you could do something for them, they're going to treat you nicer. That's
of
just
course.
what it is.
That's definitely what it is.
That's like a lot of times we don't like to, in business, that's how it is. Yo, if you can't do nothing for me, I ain't rocking with you.
And this is why this is not for everybody. You got to have tough skin on this shit, bro.
You got to have tough skin. Because
fuck
it's
you
not
up, bro.
friendship, right? It's not friendship. This is business. Business means I'm looking for a profit, right? I'm trying to gain on something that I'm doing. I'm not doing anything wrong to everyone, but I'm trying to gain.
It's a transaction between us.
It's a transaction, and ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah. So through my man Jay, in his facility, ROI TV, they were renting it out. ROI TV, man, and shout out to their CEO, John, amazing guy, right? And through that process, I learned how the streaming works when it comes to the TV, to the streaming platforms. So this is some insight for you guys. So let's say, for example, you have a TV channel, right? That is an application. And you have, let's say you're able to get to like 200,000-300,000 users. Right now, if you have that and you're able to show that data, Roku, Samsung TV, they're going to all put you as default, your channel as default to come with their TVs. So now that gives you a certain amount of viewership. Now you see when you buy a Samsung, they have their own channels.
Yes.
We were just talking about that right now. The Pluto shit. Yeah, we fucking talking about that shit.
So a lot of these, when you have a channel, they'll package you in with a Pluto, as long as you have the data with the users. So what happens with that is, once enough platforms have you, one of those companies could be worth $300-400 million. Like a NBC will come and buy your platform. That's how that industry works. So I learned that through John. So John was like, yo, this is my goal, JP. I'm trying to get there. At the time, while all of this is happening, Jay's like, yo, I got these guys. I researched them. And the first thing is, and then this is something that I recommend for everybody in business, understand what platforms have that you could bring to the table. The minute I saw their TV, I saw everyone was white. Nobody's gonna give y'all $400 million. You're not diverse.
Word, yeah.
What's better word than diverse than putting brown boys? Browns and suits.
Browns and
suits. That shit right away. I said, oh, this is it.
It's different.
This is it. It's different. And it's straightforward. I'm not trying to hide that this is a diversity. This is my black card.
That's my niche.
That's my saying. This is it. I'm gonna give you that. So we got that deal. It was amazing. I did the contract for 1 year. I didn't realize to record an episode. So one 30-minute episode would take us 3 hours. And we started getting so much viewership that they put us on twice a week. So now, I'm running a whole business, and then I'm like, I'm not.
It's not even your other shit.
I'm not like, I ain't making no bread like that for this. This is a good platform, but like I'm making $100,000 a month for my firm. Like I'm not like my time. I can't. This is not
time is valuable. Your time is valuable for sure.
And it's not something where again you have to be realistic with yourself. I'm not trying to be a figure to have my own TV show down the line. That's not my end goal. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't pretty much align with what I was personally trying to do. Again, kind of navigating from a personal point of view. I even thought I was going to come back out with it. I actually had the opportunity to come back out with it, and I actually turned it down to do it by myself. Because I figured out, like, damn, if I could record it by myself, I'll be able to do it quicker. Right. I maybe could bring it out quicker, but then I'm like, yo, the discipline, like, you gotta go and get your suits fucking dry cleaned. And like, I don't live that lifestyle like that. Like, I'm on grab and go. You know what I'm saying? Like,
why does it take like 3 hours? Now that you say that, right? Because we do the podcast, right? But I know it's different production. I'm pretty sure. Right. I know for a fact different production. But why does it take 3 hours for a half-hour episode?
Great question. Because like, if you're not speaking correctly, because you're giving people real data, and this is a financial literacy show, you want to make sure you sound clear. So you see how we have that sound? All right, guys, cut. You gotta wait. All right, the play pass, you gotta go again. I'm recording in Jersey City. My office is like on Main. You've been to my shit. It's like Main is on the Main. You're gonna see everything. I may stutter. So to me, I'm like, I'm gonna do this shit right. I don't want to stutter. I want my beard to look fresh. I gotta look the light.
Everything has to be like
perfect,
presentable,
because this is the requirements ROI is giving us. Because they're trying to get $400-500 million. This ain't no YouTube TV shit. This is like they're trying to develop something with context and that looks well. But I learned a lot from John, man. He's a great CEO, and I'm almost 100% sure he will get that 400 to 500 million for that channel.
All right, guys. So from now on, listen, we need you to be as sharp. Be
Yeah,
sharp.
I learned mad shit with them. I was like, oh, this is how this world works. And then I also learned how to do the packaging of people buying with the sponsorships, which you guys should get on yesterday, kid. The sponsorship dollars are nice. Because I remember we got offered sponsorships before our shit even aired.
Really?
And we ain't even have no traction.
There's
There was no traction.
But
It was nothing. You know,
that's what every time I look for, that's what they tell me that since you don't have any
depends on
chance.
relationships. Depends on relationships. So you could go, let's say for example, right? Off Experience. I would go to something like State Farm. Hey guys, yo, son, go on LinkedIn, look out who's their advertising.
LinkedIn?
LinkedIn. It's like,
So I'm doing like pod pages, some shit like that.
go to LinkedIn, bro. Who's the CEO of fucking all the advertising
Yeah,
That's kind
manager
of
for State Farm?
yeah. That's kind of like the LinkedIn is like where you like apply for jobs and everything, right?
Now, so LinkedIn is like it's like Facebook but for professionals.
Oh, okay.
You find
Yeah. You could look
paraprofessionals
people-
and shit like
yeah,
that.
you can look
Oh,
up
right,
people. Like, let's say you want to know who's the CEO of fucking, I don't know, Poland Spring. They'll have a thing there with their email.
Get the hell out of here.
So you could go and reach out to them, right?
okay.
So a lot of times it's just how you present yourself. If I'm you guys, I'm like, hey, State Farm, we have this Off Experience podcast.
Yeah.
We use our platform to give minority communities information about how to, become better people, how to do in business, or whatever your mission statement is. You'd be surprised. Yo, you send that to
I'm not
10
gonna hold
platforms,
you.
somebody's gonna hit you.
What is it? LinkedIn?
LinkedIn, yeah.
LinkedIn.
We tried that. Well, I tried that with Arizona. I sent them an email on a DM. No, not an email, a DM on Instagram. And they replied back to me and they said, this sounds cool. It sounds cool to distribute, but send me a professional email.
Oh, bro, the door's open.
Yeah, right there, but I never pursued it.
That follow up, which is another key follow up, guys.
Okay.
Like you gotta follow up, yo. Like that's even a situation like that, yo. That's Arizona.
I know.
Right,
It's
right,
a
right.
Arizona,
multi-million.
You know what I'm saying? And it's those are things, and I could actually like I may be able to connect you to somebody that's in there that we do business with.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. I think I could plug that in for you.
That'd be great.
But follow up, bro.
Definitely.
Follow up. Somebody
I'm
get your
definitely
email
gonna
sent.
follow.
You gotta
yeah,
tell them,
sure.
but you gotta tell them make it $1 again.
Yeah,
No. But the reason why, because like you said, we learn as we go. Because like what Johnny said, like it's us three.
Right.
Right, we learn as we go. We don't want to involve anybody in as much as we do because we want to learn what our business is.
Of course.
you know,
And that's very important.
of course. So that right there, and then me just going into Arizona and you telling us what's your mission statement.
Right.
That blew my fucking brain, bro.
Right.
Like I've never really thought of creating a mission statement.
Right. It's important.
It's very important.
Yeah.
So now that you're here and you're creating this whole thing for us and how to learn how to do certain things with business. Now I know I have to go in with a mission statement.
Right.
And make sure that whatever our mission statement is going to grasp
Of course.
the consumer to be like, you know what?
I can follow that.
I can go with these guys.
Think about it like this, right? You want to make sure that you stand out. How many people are sending Arizona DMs and email? Millions, probably.
Exactly.
Right. So you want to make sure that. Think about it like if you're walking into a room, right? It could be a group of people. Somebody walks in and they have a fucking 12 pack. Everybody's gonna be like, damn, this guy's in shape. You want to be that guy in shape.
Yeah,
you want to
yeah.
make sure your mission statement, you have fucking graphics.
Yeah,
in
people,
that
you as
email.
soon as you turn, oh, it's
Yeah,
right there.
if you can't send a fucking video, put a couple Arizona cans on here and send them that shit. Like that, you got to really think outside the box and put yourself there so you can align, right? Because you're the one looking for that relationship. Where's the value that you're providing to ensure that it's a fair exchange? Why? Because it's business and everybody's selfish. What's in it for you, right? And these are things that I learned real early as well in a lesson where people will tell you, oh, I just want to help you.
Right. Nah.
Just there's
We're helping
a
each other.
factor. Yeah, we're helping each
We're
other.
helping each
Not
other.
saying that you don't want to help me because we're human beings and we do have, there's this, a version of ourselves that have sympathy and want to help other people. But that selfish part is always going to stay. Of course. So whether we do, whether it's, I'm giving you some game or there's a transaction at place, right? You're not just helping me, right? You're providing an opportunity where we can both win. Or
Right.
we could all win, or whatever the situation is, whether it goes good or bad. A lot of people kind of sell themselves when I'm solving a problem or I'm helping you, and then they kind of put that over your head, and that psychologically holds you back. I had a situation like that I had a really like a business deal that didn't go as I expected it, and the person that I did the deal with, they held that over my head for a while. I said, hold on, wait a minute.
See, that's
What you mean? I got my value, Slime. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
came
yeah,
to my
yeah.
table.
Yeah, right? Like,
How are you helping me?
it's like one of those, like, I came to you, you fucked me over, I gave you so much value.
Yeah, like,
If
hold
it
on.
wasn't for me,
If it wasn't for
Man, right.
I hate those type of people.
I can't, yeah.
And that's the reason why I mentioned that it's literally us
Yeah.
creating this and learning the business ethics
course.
of the podcasting world. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't want nobody to come in here and sit right here on this table and be like, yo, if it wasn't for me,
Yeah, now you don't want to do that.
we want to have value.
we want to have that
Like,
value. Like, we
Not
got
for
this.
somebody holding over your head, like, oh, you didn't do this. No, we the relationship was there, but we had the value for it.
Of course, you have to have.
You
the
know, we got the value for it. So
And at the end of the day, like, if you could look, like, it's a couple things. Time is always going to give you the answer.
Yeah.
Time will always give you the answer.
Word.
And I learned this, like from my parents' experiences and, growing up, seeing, probably challenges they had. And then with time, everything ended up being even better than what they were. It's just like, oh, it's time. They were doing their thing, but a lot of people kind of like, they don't really appreciate that or understand that. So they kind of like, it makes things very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to business. But once you learn how to navigate through those things, those are the really challenging parts of business, right? Because I can tell you marketing a business, selling a product, selling a service, having a podcast. These are things that you do, right? And they're easy. There's an action.
Yeah.
But the psychological effects that come with business, the tiredness, the sometimes, because of the time you invest, how it reflects for your partner and your relationship and your life and your children and not being able to be there for everything that you want to do, right? Like those things are really the difficult parts, right? Emotionally going through that and growing as a person through that journey. That's the hardest part in business, I feel, from my perspective. Not the L's, because the L's you make them back. It's not the people. It's a million people. You know what I'm saying? It's navigating.
there's gonna be a lot of times lost.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of times lost.
man.
And you know what I'm saying? So when people say
That's-
time is the essence, yo, you have this amount of time to do what you need to do. But mind you, like you said, you have so many other things in between that. Then how do you juggle all that and not fuck up?
And not fuck up. Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? It's hard. It's mentally draining.
Mentally draining.
Right? But once you get out of that space,
Yeah. Discipline, brother. It's all about the discipline, man. If you're disciplined enough to really just believe in yourself, doesn't matter what goes on, whether shit goes up, down, sideways. I believe this shit is happening.
it's happening. Yup.
I don't care like what you think.
Nothing's gonna stop it.
I know I'm going where I'm going.
Yeah,
You know
facts.
what I'm saying?
Facts.
There's not even like a question. So navigating through that and just being consistent, right? So once I left the juice bar industry, or not once I left, right before maybe like 2018, I'm in my crib. I'm getting mad calls. Yo, like, yo, JP, I just seen a commercial with your juice bar. How you got on TV? Yo, how you did this? Yo, how you find? And I'm just giving out free game.
Yeah.
And I'm already physically tired of what is like the juice bar industry. Yo, think about it. One store. You guys got the perspective. When I would make one order for one store, it was about 54 boxes for one store.
Damn.
You got to clean the fruits. You got to take shit out. You got to break down the boxes. You got to make sure you're not doing it, that the employee's doing it. Making sure that they're not calling out, oh, this person from Union City location showed out. Damn, now I got to go make shakes. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the like dealing with that when you scale comes with a lot of headaches. So to me, I was already at a point that I'm like, damn, a lot of people hitting me up to get business advice. Maybe I should just start doing LLCs and just kind of go through that way. So I was in my living room one day. I was just chilling. So I was like, yo, let me send a blast to my contact list. It's another thing, build your personal contact list, right? On average, right, you want to make sure that on your contacts, when you look, try to have that number over 5,000.
Right.
Try to have 5,000 numbers in your phone. Try to meet people. Yo, what's your math? Yo, let me get your number. Hey, what's your email?
Yeah.
You know, because that's your data. That's your personal data. And shoot them a text.
Okay.
So when you do hit them up again, they'll know, oh, yeah, this is JP. He had me up 3 months ago. Oh, what up, bro?
Yeah,
so
that is true because it does pop up. Like, say,
does
like,
pop up.
yeah,
The conversation, right?
It
Those
does.
are like the hacks of technology that
Right,
we have
right.
to know as users. So I took I blast my whole list. Yo, I'm doing LLCs. Hit me if you're trying to open up a business. Yo, that week, I probably did like 8 LLCs.
Hey.
Like, oh, all right, I made some bread at $350. I'm like, all right, cool. I made like $2,400. I'm like, all right, I can rock with this. This is cool. Boom. I saw it, and I was like, all right, damn, what else can I add to this? What would make me different? Right? How do I build? I already know I could sell. I already know the service I could provide. How do I stack this and actually build relationships? Oh, I'm going to be their consultants. I don't care. I'm not going to charge them a consultation fee. And that was my slogan. That was what I would do with John.
Yeah,
Whenever y'all do your LLC and I become your personal business consultant. No additional fees.
That's why he sold it on.
Yeah.
That's why he actually sold it on.
Yeah,
like with
that's
that.
how people get it. It's like what? Because I realize, people in business do more business. If you hit me up because you have a situation that you need to resolve around business, it's gonna be by default whether you need JP. I'm not getting enough people coming into my door. Then what you doing for marketing? How's your website? Like, I don't got a website. I bet let me get you a website. It's 500. Boom.
It's the services behind all that stuff.
Where's your business plan? What do you mean it's not working out? What's your business plan? I don't have it. All right, cool. I could do a business plan for you. 500, another 500.
500,
right?
yeah.
So now it becomes all right, now I'm understanding how to navigate this. And I was giving my number direct to people, which helped me a lot, right? Because initially, so boom, I did that. I organized myself on this. I'm like, I'm gonna do free consulting. I'm gonna just let people blind. I'm gonna do it all on my phone to keep all these contacts. Boom, the following month, I did like 32 LLCs. So, all right, this is feasible. This shit could rock and roll. So you know what? Let me do an ad post. Let me do some ads. Again, this is where I saw somebody else out of Pennsylvania. I seen that they were doing an ad where they were doing a comparison. So to me, I'm like, who's my biggest competitor? It's LegalZoom. I'm gonna put myself next to LegalZoom. That's the number one. I'm trying to be number one. Let me put myself next to them. I put all of their benefits. I put ours, and my price was half on the ad. Yo, that shit ran.
I seen that shit.
I
seen it. Right? I seen that.
Like that next month, when I did the ad, I made like 32,000. Wow. It was a wrap.
You saw it already. That's it.
I said, now I'm gonna run with this shit. I'm gonna run with this all the way.
Yeah.
So I went. I got an office space right away. I was doing it all by myself. And I was like, all right, in order for this to be successful, I need to be able to duplicate this. I already come from corporate sales. I know how to train. I have all of the resources to really scale this. Yeah. But I needed a really good number two. I took one of my family members was like, yo, come through. I had this person next to me 45 days in a row, me with one AirPod, him with one AirPod. This is how you sell to a client. This is how you become a consultant. 45 days straight. Ooh, going through it. Then once he finished training in 1 week, he did 18 LLCs.
Ooh, let's go. That man was determined, boy.
I said, I'm late. I got me a secretary. I'm like, all right, you're going to do all of my fulfillment. Now, every time an order comes in for an LLC, you're going to do the paperwork. Yo, guys, is our leverage that's going to make us better than LegalZoom is that we do it the same day and we have the price.
Got you.
Killed the game with that shit. Like, I tell you, like, I have contacts in my book all the way from fucking California, Alaska, PR, Florida, like every state we were able to open up an LLC.
So when I met you, open the first LLC, that was the first year you got into that there, right?
Yeah, that was my first
year. So the space I went, the office I went to,
yeah.
I think you only had like one or two people there, right?
It was right around that time. Yep, right around that time.
And look at him now, man. I ain't gonna hold you.
Right around that time, so it was cool because I met mad people, man, and it was a very interesting time because right after that, like the pandemic came in and it was so much money and everybody, you had cats fucking
everybody was trying to make a business.
Perfect time. And
Perfect.
It was even more clutch because now everyone wanted to try to. Is there gonna be another PPP? I gotta have an LLC. I was like, yeah, come on. But what if there's another LLC? What if there's another PPP? Right, and you don't got your paperwork. Yeah. I'm giving people the truth, bro. That shit took off, bro. So I ended up. I remember it was. That was a fun time in the journey because I literally, man, I saw before my eyes, yo. Okay. Like I saw that shit from like myself all the way to the fucking 22 sales reps that we have now.
And
like,
God bless.
And that's good because I was just gonna ask you, how did you adjust from working with those just 3 people to having 27 employees now?
The beautiful thing was creating a system, right? Okay. So when you create a system, I already knew if I put X amount of money on ads, I'm gonna have a traffic of X amount of people. Okay. For each new agent that I have to increment my ad budget for $500. To suffice the amount of leads for them to have clients to call. So once you do that, it's push and play. Right, that's why understanding ads is so important.
You got the playbook for them already.
Yeah, they're really literally showing up to appointments.
Right.
So
there you go.
Now you know the information, the importance of because you would go through a training of what is an LLC, and I would bring them to the banks for me, and I would bring the banks to my office to give us that information right.
So now that you're saying that, like, so now, what's the breakdown like the LLC? Like, what does the LLC consist of?
Okay. Great
question.
Because
I know they have LLCs and they got other things like S corp and all that stuff, right?
So I want to kind of break down is 4 different ways you could do a business. You could do it as a sole proprietorship. You could do an LLC, which is a limited liability company. You could do a corporation, or you could do a nonprofit. Okay. Right? When you're doing a nonprofit, this is more of like if you're a church, if you're not for profit business, where you're an organization that 9 out of 10 times you're giving back to the community. Okay. So there's no profit to be made. This is more like of a of a passionate project,
Like a community center. type of
right,
thing.
right, stuff like that, church, and anything that requires like donations and the Salvation Army, shit like that. Then we have sole proprietorships, which is, let's say I own a beauty salon, I put everything under my name. Which is the worst way to do it. Anyone looking at this, do not do a sole proprietorship because you hold all liability. God forbid you own a beauty salon and somebody has a chemical reaction, and they're suing you. They're not suing the LLC. Right? An LLC is a pass-through entity, right? Which allows you to separate yourself from the company.
Yes.
Right? You are technically, LLCs don't have owners. When you look at your paperwork, it's managing members or members. There's no. The beautiful thing about how this country's structured is that it's entities.
Yeah.
You as a person or entity, this as a company is an entity. You are not one, right? You become a member that manages that entity and its financial decisions, right? And as a limited liability company, of course, you got to write off things, as tax write-offs because they're company expenses. They are expenses of that entity. They're not personal expenses. So you got to use loopholes in the tax laws to permit you to go ahead and take advantage of that and structure your business correctly. Okay. A corporation, I would recommend it more if you're a bigger company or if you have multiple partners. So let's say you guys are going into a group where all four of us are going into doing a business together. I would say, right, let's set it up as a corporation, right? The reason why is because you're going to have directors. There's going to be a different chain of command. The way it works with a corporation, you have to be more organized than with an LLC. That's really the main difference between a corp and an LLC. Like the way you keep your annual records, the way you organize your information, your probability of being audited as a corporation is higher, right? The process is a little bit more strict when it comes to corporations. What an LLC is a pass-through.
The tax leanings are a little more better on S corps and all that, right?
Of course. Depends what you're doing, like revenue and things of that nature. But the beautiful thing as an LLC is that it's a pass-through entity, so you could do your taxes as an S corp, right? It's not only a corporation. Right, you can be an LLC or corp and still file as an S corp. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that, right?
See?
So these are things.
Game.
Yeah, that's this game. But it's I always like to emphasize on people, right? Of course, getting your LLC, having your EIN number is important. Having your articles of formation and identifying this is pretty much what solidifies your registration for your business. Having your operating agreement so you can have the equity distribution for whatever amount of partners, or if it's for yourself, what is the business practice? Yes, that's your LLC. Having your registered agent. But the most important thing, and what I tell people, even before you go into an LLC, know what you're doing. Like, know what you're doing. If you want to open up a coffee shop, go work in a coffee shop. Right? Understand that business, because it's going to make you better. A lot of times, specifically within our culture, and this is not even in my benefit to say it because I'm in the business of doing LLCs, right? I want to make sure that people don't make investments if they're not really prepared with the correct information to be able to scale this business. Yes, you got to start somewhere, but start with knowing what the fuck you're doing. Right? Start with preparing a correct business plan. How are you creating a company and you don't even have a plan of what the hell you're going to do? How do you expect to become successful? Right? This is you got a plan. Businesses, even with a plan, you still have a high chance of failing. So what do you think you're going to have if you don't plan? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to happen. So it's extremely important to have these things in line. Another thing that I really want to touch on is leveraging technology right now, man. It's an amazing time. And AI is here to change, and it's not going nowhere.
Facts.
This ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And this right now is like, look at AI. Like if you looked at the internet in 2000, right? Like go all in on that, because that is the future. It allows you to make up a lot of time. You save on payroll. The quality of the service or work you provide is going to be accurate 100% of the time.
That's a fact. Yeah, that's true.
Ain't no mistakes.
That's true,
AI
bro.
ain't calling out.
I ain't gonna lie.
Not going out sick or anything.
Like,
bro,
they're not going to give wrong information. You literally train one time and it's going to be perfect.
That's a fact.
Right? So that's extremely important.
That's big. That's big.
And it's things that even through my journey, like it's been pivotal moments and things that have scaled my business and just with how I access information. Like when you came, I was still doing Excels, yo.
Yeah.
I had my shit organized in Excels. Where now was like...
It's like less time consuming now. It's just...
bro. Now it's like by the time I get to speak with a client, I know everything about them. Like, I got everything. Like, it's a layup. Like, I'm going to hit you in the head. I'm going to give you all the information. Like, because I already have everything.
I don't have to wait for you to tell me anything, bro. I'm giving you
everything, one shot, right? So that makes your organization better. You have more leverage. You have more edge. And it's been things like, even with myself, right, I'll give you a couple pivotal moments that happened to me. Number one was how to duplicate my sales reps, right? I learned through my journey, specifically like around the time you came and thereafter, I scaled quick, man. And I made a lot of decisions, and I put a lot of people in place that they perhaps weren't prepared to be in those places. And that's all fault on me, because as a leader, I should have recognized these things. But even going through that, a key moment was, and shout out to this agency, it's called Sales Recruiting Agency. Yeah. What they do is they get you sales that are commission-based only. Xperience, right? So as a sales organization, if I want to get 20 sales reps to hit the phone anywhere in the country, I know they're qualified. And not anywhere in the country only, anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
So I want a sales rep out of Mexico that's going to be nice on the phone, that speaks bilingual, and I could only pay $5 an hour. Like, that was a huge shift for me, right? Because remember, payroll at $80,000 a month, $40,000 biweekly, right? And like not getting the productivity level, right, that I would expect consistently. Which again falls on me as a leader for not having the correct information and not being ready to fulfill and manage and be the correct leader for these people. Once I had that come through, it's just like, I could go virtual. I could get these people remote, and it's gonna charge me less, and that means my profit margins. If I bring $150,000 of revenue a month, instead of me only keeping 45. I keep 90 now. This is life changing.
That's big.
I'm saying, like,
overhead went down.
Yeah, that's when like you hit certain like things in business that shift you. You're like, oh shit, this is where it's at. Yeah. And that happened to me. These are things that were very monumental. When I went to Power 105. Bro, as soon as I put that shit on the ground, bro, I want to tell you, like, that same day I got like 50 new clients ready to pay. They would just hit me. Like, I ain't even
that's that brand right there, bro. Like, that's that brand right there.
Yeah, that shit is like, bro, I literally never forgot that shit, bro. I went chilling in the Breakfast Club studio. I'm hanging out there, which came through a relationship. And I could probably even get you guys in there because, it's not like a lot of people think they only charge like $900 to get in there. Like, it's nothing.
And put that and collectively put it together for that type of stuff, exposure.
For that exposure.
Because we have to pay for exposure anyways.
You have to.
At some point, we have to.
It's an investment. The same with This Is 50. I went on their platform, and I actually brought one of my homies with me. Bro, like, I think the minute, like, I posted a picture, once I left, bro, like, my shit, like, the business I got from one photo at This Is 50 and the Power 105, I think it was, like, represented, like, 60,000 in revenue.
Damn.
Yeah, bro.
Wow.
That's how you can see the power of that
Drop
shit.
a
And this
bomb
is
for
immediate.
that, bro.
Like,
Jeez.
immediate. I said, oh, shit, this is where it's at. So then that's when I started. I said, all right, let me do Yahoo Finance. Let me do this. You got a publicist to really move. But then once you start seeing the numbers behind the scenes, and then unfortunately, because anyone could use these tools, it confuses the market, right? Because now if you don't know your shit, right, you got to be able to, how do you, because people are going to call you.
Yeah.
If you can't have these educated conversations and you don't have the survey and the information, you're going to flock, right? So now that was like kind of the second part. Like, I got these things. I'm getting the calls. And I was like, damn, this shit dropped a little bit. Wow, oh, shit, damn, everybody's doing this shit. The plug got out. Somebody's giving
my
this
connect.
information.
Connect.
Everybody on these platforms now. So now you got to learn how to navigate differently. So that's why I would do things like ROI TV. I'm like, they're going on YouTube. I'm going to go to a channel.
Gotcha.
It's going to position me very different.
I knew there was a plan behind it.
That's when I really, like, when I saw that in the marketplace, I said, all right, let me go to the chain. But everybody's going this way. I'm going to go this way. Because it's going to, it just, you know what I'm saying? Like, it sets up.
You don't follow the road. Go on the fork.
Instead of everybody going that one exit sign, you went through the other way.
I went the other way because to me, I'm in this for the long haul, yo. I'm not here for like right now. I'm really trying to build relationships and do this forever. Yeah. Like, I really believe once you do something you're passionate about, it's not a job.
And it's not riding a wave either.
Nah, man.
Right?
I create my own wave.
Create your own way,
I
exactly.
don't really, like, I do my own thing. Like, I don't care what no one is doing. I highly, highly believe in myself, and I have no doubt in myself. So when you navigate through that, you got to be really strategic, right? And believe it or not, I learned a lot of these things from, like, looking at how Drake moves.
Okay.
Whenever Drake is either gonna drop an album, like, or he's gonna have a video, like, even like when he makes moves, like when he did the Kiki video, everything about that strategic. All right, let me have Lala talk out a window.
That's true.
Lala's gonna have her audience. That shit's gonna go viral.
Yep.
Oh, now let's do this corny little dance.
Yeah,
Everybody's gonna go with
In my own house.
in my own house, in my own crib, right? You just like you have to be really strategic. Like he dropped the album.
It is.
Oh,
Even that
his
shit
son
was-
dropped a fucking video.
Yeah, yeah.
Like this is all.
Yo,
moves.
you right.
It's
you
all
right,
moves,
you right.
right?
Adonis
So,
did.
it is all moves, right? So now, like once you look at that and you're like, all right, if the people that are playing at high levels make these moves, what am I doing in my infrastructure
There you
to
go.
position me in certain positions? Yo, so I went outside. I went to fucking, it was to a point, my girl was telling me, I was going to every meeting. They were inviting me. Yo, Chamber of Haiti, I'm in there. Hi, which I need some information on, which I want to know. Like, I'm here to give value. And I made it very transparent and clear that I would tell people, I don't want you to pay me.
Yeah.
I don't want nothing in exchange because I know whenever you either saw a piece of my content or wherever my name came up, your first instinct is going to be, nah, JP's mad cool. Yeah, rock with it. I already strategically, I knew these elements were gonna set me up.
Yeah.
And by the grace of God, yo, and anyone that's worked with me knows, yo, my phone rings every single day for a new service of people that, I have people that hit me up that I didn't even save their numbers that I did an LLC 3 years ago, 5 years ago. Yo, JP, yo, you remember me, brother? Yeah, what's up? Let's go. What's your name, baby? Oh, yo, I saw on the gram you doing this now. Yeah, bro, that's what's up. All right, cool, let's go. Let me give you the information. Let me give you the value. And then once you're happy, excited, and it makes sense for you, all right, this is what it costs, right? Because I'm not gonna tell you here that I'm Saint Chris, right? And I'm Santa Claus.
Yeah,
Giving shit
yeah.
out for free. Nah, I'm gonna provide you a service, and I'm gonna provide you a value, and that's gonna be a transaction, and I want to help you, but I gotta get paid.
At the end of the day.
So in your company, you do LLCs. That's what you
Yes.
started off with. I know you do business fundings
Correct.
and all that.
Right.
Elaborate on that a little
Right.
bit.
So, and this is a great time, right? Because to think about it, that I started this company just doing LLCs, and now we have our own, internal fulfillment department with a design team that could do marketing and scale ads, right? Which is a big nugget of the business now. Our CRM that we set up that allows you, even as a podcast, as a candle company, as a fucking, e-commerce business, to store your data, to communicate with clients, to send blast texts, to set out your email automations. We sell all of these systems up for you. If you're a business and you're looking for funding, which is every business out there, you need to have a business credit profile. These banks are giving a lot of money out there. We create a business credit profile that, as long as you have a 680 credit score and above, once we create your profile where you got a website, you got your DUNS number, we do all of your compliance items, we guarantee you $100,000 in funding. What is this $100,000? Again, I don't sell dreams. These are credit cards. You got business credit cards that you could stack, liquidate them. You got 0% interest for 1 year.
Yeah.
Right? That's a no-brainer. That's better than a loan.
That's fact.
Because you're not paying no interest, right? So that's what we provide on that side. We do LLCs, we do trademarks, pretty much anything of business services, and our strong suit, which is the consultations, right? Anyone that needs wants to have a 90-minute conversation with me or really wants to scale their business, I'm here for that. Any one of my clients that's gotten a service, even Johnny. I don't think you even knew, we haven't really sat down like this in a
No, we
while
didn't.
for
No,
you to-
because I'm hearing shit right now. All right, damn.
It's a lot of shit that is just because of the journey and a lot of partnerships that we've acquired and companies we're working with, that now we could provide this information and I can help my client base. You know how good, seeing you guys doing this, and I'm like, oh man, I got hella alley-oops that I can set up for Johnny with this, easy shit.
I'm over here worried about brands.
Different brands, different shit that you could get a bag from real fast because you have the platform. You know what I'm saying? And now in the next year, one thing that I'm really excited about, and this is probably the first platform that I'm going to be saying this is, we're moving now on doing more international business, where we have a direct partnership with a lobbyist company out of Washington, D.C.
Oh, shit.
Which is the same company that got us, which again is all about network.
Yeah.
To go back to that story, right? So Chamber of Commerce, they're doing a trip to Washington, D.C. I get mixed up on the times with the train. I leave with a train earlier than what everybody else is leaving.
Okay.
Just out of
God has a plan.
crazy, right? Crazy shit. I get there a little bit earlier, right? So boom, I get to DC. Me and somebody else that was in the chamber, we just took the wrong train because of the way that these WhatsApps, man. My Spanish WhatsApps. It was a bunch of texts. I saw the first shot. This is the time. Fuck it. I bought my shit. The guy did the same thing, so we were chilling in the train. We get there maybe 2 hours before everybody from the committee comes. Because of the group that it is, they can't take all of them to the White House. They only end up taking me and my man that got there early.
No.
Yeah, so the lobbyist goes, we go in. Shout out to Columbus, man. Mr. Columbus is a great guy, great brother. A lot of information. That's my guy, you know. That's my DC Connect, like they say. So when we get there, and he's like, "Yo, where's everybody else?" So I don't know. They got here like in 2 hours. He's like, "Oh, they."
Yeah,
Yeah. He's
Come
like,
on.
I'm like, nah, it's like 6 or 7 of them on the other train. He's like, damn, yo, I don't know if I'm gonna get all of them in, but let me take y'all first. and then shit. I'm chilling. I'm like, all right, let's go. I'm not, I am here on selfish reasons only, and I was very clear with everybody.
Back to that
I'm
again.
trying to get back. I'm trying to get on my agenda, right? I'm not trying to harm anyone, but I have a goal. I got to make $100 million company, and relationships with Washington are going to be very useful for me in the next couple of years as I scale into that element. So I already knew this going in. Boom, we go in. They take us to the Committee of New York. We meet the councilman that sets everything up in New York, Mr. Spiliat. Great Dominican guy. Sits in his office. I'm in Capitol Hill, sitting with these guys. Like this Congress people. I got introduced to a senator. I'm like, oh shit, I got to meet Schumer. I'm like, oh, look at this. This is awesome.
A whole different world.
This is a different world for me. So as we're there and we're navigating Columbus, and this is something that I want to also tell to entrepreneurs: be aware of your surrounding, be aware of the conversations. He's having a conversation with somebody in the Committee of New York about renewable energy, right? I don't know if you guys know, but now renewable energy, everything is changing, right? It's like in the next 50 years, the goal is to move from gas and go to more electric, like rechargeable cars. So what does
Solar
that mean?
and all that.
That's why you
All
got all
that
these
shit.
cars coming out. Like you got
Right.
like Nissans coming
Yeah,
out, like
everything.
Benz, BMW. They
Right.
all coming out electric.
So what that does is it creates an infrastructure where now you got to change cars for the cops, the MTA buses, all that shit. So that whole infrastructure has to be set up. So in this meeting there's a bill that was passed. It's this $1 trillion bill for renewable energy.
Okay.
One of the things within that bill, and I learned this day, that it's pro-minority. Which means in order for companies to access it, they gotta have like within their group submitting the proposal, you gotta have minorities included.
A certain amount, yeah.
I'm getting privy to this information, so while I'm there, I took a risk because we're having the conversation. This is a fucking senator. They're talking. I said, oh man, it'd be great. We could transform one of the New York prisons that are not being used anymore and reposition it for it to be like a factory to create chips because there's gonna be a need. So if we could come up with a proposal, I feel like we could get access to some funds to make that happen. It's going to bring a bunch of jobs to New York, and these jobs pay $40, $50, $60, $70 an hour. Really great for the economy.
Yeah.
I freestyle that shit at the moment, just going by what the conversations was. I threw it out there because these are all like older guys, having, and I'm like the young. I said I threw that shit. They ate it. Columbus was like, oh man, this guy's good. Like I peeped it. Like he didn't tell me that, but I peeped his energy. So I said, oh, this is okay. So now we talk. I went from selling fucking $1,000 plans to we're talking about $1 trillion bill. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like just on a train ride, just
Man
from
just
being
made
aware.
$1 trillion deal.
You know what I'm saying? Like
What?
just from being aware, right? So from that ended up turning into being included in a committee that's actively putting a proposal to actually make turn one of the prisons into New York into a factory to create chargers.
Nice.
Right? It's things that take a few
That's
years.
crazy.
But like now it gives me a connect that anytime if I want to take a client to DC, I got lobbyists. I could use that as leverage. Right? Everyone wants to go to the White House.
Fuck yeah.
Now,
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm
Shit.
doing a deal with somebody, it's like, yeah, let's take a train to DC today, man. I want to go introduce you to my lobbyists.
That's
Take them to the White House and go
crazy,
eat it up.
Just because.
Just
Just
because.
because.
You know what I'm saying? And those opportunities happen because of that. So that opens another level for me, and that allows me to do business now and have a network on a federal level, right? So that's, kind of like preparing and being intentional with what you do. Have intent. If you're trying to have a goal, put yourself in those positions to have those goals. So boom, long story short, I have been create a great bond. To this day, like I was talking to him this morning in Columbus, like we really became close. Everyone from the committee, from the chamber, nobody got into those guys.
That's
Which was
outside.
terrible, yo. I felt bad. It was all love because obviously me being a member, it's like we were there. But to me, I'm like, I'm not there for y'all. I'm there.
Hey, y'all, it wasn't my fault I came late. It was, but it wasn't.
You came early.
bro.
I came early, right? Came early, like.
It was cool, man. That kind of like put me in that position. And again, these is all me leveraging the opportunity. So now what we have coming out in December, in January, let's say, for example, you want to do business as a company with the government, you need certain certifications. So because of my partner's lobbying license, we're able to now offer that service. So let's say, for example, if the federal government, they need, just to throw an example out there, 100,000 cases of mayonnaise. The government doesn't do none of these things, right? They bid those out. Those are contracts that people get. You know what I'm saying? So now if they want to put they need it for jails, let's say, or for schools, they need those mayonnaises. If I'm a vendor, I can say, damn, even if I make $1 profit per bottle, it's $100,000 that I just made because I'm doing business directly with the federal government.
That's a fact.
So having those certifications, it's a different level because the federal government, they do a lot of business. Yeah, a lot of business, but they're not on Amazon buying shit. They bid all that out for somebody else to do it. So and our communities don't know these things.
Nah.
So now we're gonna bring that arm of the business and develop on that side and just continue to build our relationships and help the community.
And this is why when people say, the richer gets richer and the taxes and education.
Yeah.
That's what y'all need. Educate yourselves.
Yeah.
Because you know what I'm saying? Because right now, there's a lot of shit I fucking learned right now, right?
Me too.
And it's like, if we don't know this, we don't educate ourselves,
Right.
we're still gonna be stuck in the same place we're at.
Yeah.
And if we don't have that ambition to learn,
You're done. And I tell you this, man. Even like with technology, and it's doesn't matter the field that you're in. Like I'll give you a little nugget too. So when you're in the service industry, right? And this all goes. I know you guys have a mixed audience. Whether you're a barber that has a barber shop and you work by appointments. You have an insurance. You sell insurance. You fucking are a dentist. You're a business consultant. A lot of the business is gonna thrive through the appointments that you have.
Yeah.
Right. Whether you're an accountant, a lawyer, you need appointments in order to make conversions. There's now different platforms, and this is something that we just put into effect maybe a month ago, that the way that AI works, it could 24 hours a day be on the hunt to book appointments for you because social media doesn't close, right? So one of the issues we were having is since we were open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., if a client hits us up at 6:01, we got ads going all day. You don't put the hours for the ads. Them shits are just running, and there's a call of action. So people are constantly coming in. But because our time span is so short, if a client comes in at 6:01, by the time they hit them at 10 a.m. next morning, people don't even remember they filled out a form
that is
on
true.
Facebook,
That is true.
right? So what the AI does, the minute you come into our system, because you filled out a form, it's already hitting you with a text as if it's me, using the same lingo, the same way I speak, the same knowledge that I have. It's going to give you that, not to give you an in-depth conversation, but to line you up to set up an appointment. Bro, with this feature, we were probably doing like 60 appointments per week. Bro, we went to 200 appointments per week. Whoa.
That was one of my
AI.
questions too.
And
to
that's just
ask.
with the AI too.
Yeah,
I was gonna
the
ask
AI.
them too if they provide any like of those robo advice services and anything.
Yeah,
like
it's,
that.
it's out of control, right? When I saw that, and I was like, oh, damn, now it's like, shit, I'm saving on my payroll because I got all these guys international. Now, I had a physical appointment setter that was calling people and setting up appointments. Now the AI is doing this shit 24 hours, 7 days a week, 100% of the time accurate. That can never call out.
Damn.
All I got to do is dump money into the ads, and the appointment is going to be guaranteed booked. Now this is how business is changing. That's why I say it's the golden era of like the AI. Because if you take advantage of it and correctly input it into your business, you're gonna scale. I have a client, that she does like when the women get their surgeries, they have to get like massages and shit. Mm-hmm. So she does that. It's like an aesthetic shop. We implemented it on her system, bro. She was doing like 12 appointments a week. She's doing like 30 now.
So that was my next. I was gonna ask you that. Like now that you got that service, do you provide that service?
Yes, of
to,
course. That's
okay,
part
right,
of, like,
Gotcha.
Everything, and this is what really helps us stand out, right? And it's one of the things that I hold passionate with my service. I'm gonna give you game from every mistake I made and every win I had. You're gonna get the best end of the stick, pretty much, right? Because I'm gonna let you know, I did it this way, but I should have done it like this. It would have worked out better. For your type of business and how you operate, do it this way, and you're gonna go. And it's just gonna work. Again, and I'm giving you this information from a perspective of already doing it.
Right.
I don't we don't sell a service that I didn't even personally go through or experience or done it myself. Yeah. Not someone else or going by another person, what another person's telling me. That's gave me the best results. I'll tell you, man, one of the things that we have to be careful for. When you have a platform, and it's gonna happen to you guys, people are gonna start approaching you with opportunities. Yeah. Right. Once you catch a little clout that your shit takes off, you're gonna start getting the vultures. Oh, I got this for you. Mm-hmm. Oh, I got that for you. I remember I took a partnership to sell business credit, right, with a company. Sell business credit. Yo, I have the platform. I'm like, yo, so y'all good. You're going to make money. I'm going to pay for the marketing. I'm paying the sales team. I'm doing all of the work, and I'm selling your product.
Yeah.
All you fucking got to do is fulfill.
Word.
Make sure these people get funded and do what they have to do.
Pretty much.
Yo, I probably ran through maybe $600,000 worth of business. You're not like maybe 10% of people got funded. Whoa. Yeah, so you could already imagine now like the backlash that I had to deal with.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was crazy.
Wow.
Crazy. Yeah, and to me, I'm like, damn, like y'all seemed like these white guys in the Harvard shirts and
they sold it. They sold it. Yeah, they sold it heavy. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And to me, I don't think it was intentional. I just didn't think they expected the volume, right, that they were gonna get. And now you gotta fulfill. And even though it was a loss, and I took a significant loss, I'm talking about like money that I didn't get paid is like rounded to the 200,000, right? It's not like a couple dollars. So when I went through that, I realized, all right, I'm gonna do this shit myself, but I'm gonna make sure that doing it myself, I have a system that I know 100% of the time people are gonna get funded. Okay. So even after I stopped with them, I was working with somebody else. We kind of did it, but really no one was really getting funded. And I'm telling you, man, I employed my fulfillment team at one point, bro. It was maybe like 13 people.
Wow.
On fulfillment on the back end, and people still weren't getting funded, right? And again, that was all on my side for not the right leadership. But once I evaluated my resources, and I said, hold on, wait a minute. I got Santander Bank. Let me start leveraging this. Oh, I got Ponce Bank too. Let me start leveraging this. Oh man, I got my HouseGram. Let me really leverage this. Bro, the first month, once I made the transition, I got like $250,000 worth of funding for people.
Sheesh.
First month. By myself.
Wow.
But I had to go through those processes.
Yeah.
Yo, when I took some L's in those processes, I took some L's, bro, because it was like, I remember it was one time that I was supposed to get like a $30,000 deposit, and that was the first time that they kind of, that was another thing, they were holding my commissions. I said, oh, y'all holding my paper? And I'm selling for y'all?
That's
but
crazy.
they paying on y'all platform. They're not paying me. They paying on y'all platform. I said, oh, they paying with my money. Okay, cool. But mind you, when you're operating on a level of business, when you got an $80,000 a month payroll, like yo, like cash is like you need that.
Fuck
you need
yeah,
the cash flow.
shit.
You know what I'm saying? So that put me in a situation. I remember like, which was, and I never said this before neither. It was a situation where I went through one of those things, and I had to go in front of a staff of 30 and let them know their payment was going to be delayed.
Wow.
Bro,
that's a tough situation.
I've done different things in my life. I've been through a lot of hardship. That was probably the most difficult. It sucks. It sucked at that moment because it's people that I know. Like I know y'all got kids, yo. Like I know y'all got situations, and I know y'all gonna be upset. I know in my heart it's not me. Like I just got put in a tight situation, but having to do that, bro, I think that was when I really like leveled up as a CEO, as a leader, and as an entrepreneur. That's
to go through an experience like that, bro. That's not easy, man.
That's what I wanted to know, because you started with just 2-3 people. Now you're starting with a whole lot. So to do that and shut everybody's like dreams
the
down,
demeanor, and it was crazy because although it was like a week, right? It wasn't like a significant amount of time, but when you look at that, it starts to create like a negative culture of work, right? So then that's another thing.
He can't get his payroll right. He ain't got his shit together.
Exactly.
All that extra shit.
It becomes with that with what people don't understand. It's just like, yo, it's a startup, Slime. Like I'm not backed by like a fucking multi-million-dollar. Like, I'm doing this shit out the mud, like with the resources, and brought it to this level. Yeah. But it's just navigating through those situations that you really see like, oh, okay, I thought we were on a different page, but it's not, and this is really business. So this is, you are absolutely right to feel a certain way, because you got to be selfish, right? I could never told these person we're gonna hold my money, but I can't. You don't care about that. What I gotta do, yo, make a couple cold money's here. Let's rock and roll. Let's keep going. Yeah. The culture shot. I had to let everyone left. All right, we're gonna restart. We're gonna act. You act a funny piece. Because to me, like I can't have the value, right? At the end of the day, life happens, right? So if you don't have a team, and this is another thing when to entrepreneurs, when building a team, don't become emotional, right? Don't get attached, right, to your team. At the end of the day, people work for you because you're providing an opportunity and you're providing them a payment, right? This is not like, oh, I'm here to make your idea, JP, come true. right, of you getting to 100 million. Nah, the minute they got a better job offer, they out.
They're out of here. That's
So you know what I'm saying? So
That's a fact.
you gotta look at it realistically for what
a
it is.
fact.
If you don't, then you hold up. Because that was something that I had. Like, yo, I remember I had times, as team members would come through. Damn, JP, I fucked up. Yo, here's a G. Don't worry about it. You don't even gotta pay me back. Like, a lot of times, you know what I'm saying? But it's things that happen that is good to do that because you got to support your people.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you got to be mindful because this is a selfish game.
I was just, some people don't appreciate that. They'll probably come up to you, yo, JP, every time. Yo, my man, like, how many times you gonna fucking come up to me with this shit, man? Like, you know what I'm saying? So
it's navigating through that, and once you go through those situations, and life puts you in those situations, the outside of that, oh man, you come up a fucking it's a like now how I see my business operate, bro, and I see everything. I'm like, damn, thank you God for everything you put me through. Because my shit operates now is just like oh man, like
a well-oiled machine.
A well-oiled machine, and I'm able to make projections. And to me, I'm like, damn, in the next 60, 90 days, I'm gonna be at $200,000 a month. That's my projection.
And all it is too is just you being a student of the game, really.
Being a student of the
and
game.
Like they say, like the best teachers are the students of the game.
Yeah,
man. If you're able to get that information and then give it out to everybody's gonna follow through.
Of course. I think I had a conversation about that with your cousin, with Nelson.
With Nelson, yeah.
Yeah, because even a lot of times people get into business, they don't know. It's like, yo, the restaurant is the worst business ever.
Yeah.
Right. I would say if you have passion and it's something like your life calling, of course, do it. But it's a very difficult business. And I'm not talking about like you're on a McDonald's level or you're a fucking, what's these steakhouses, Ruth Chris or one of those. But I'm talking about you're a mom and pop shop. You trying to come up with a restaurant and scale. Like, number one, you pay everyone first. Yeah. You pay employees, you pay vendors, you pay taxes, you pay rent, and then you pay yourself.
Really?
Yeah. And then the profit margin when you think about it. So let's say, for example, right, you go to one of these Dominican restaurants or one of these Spanish restaurants in the neighborhoods, you're paying $10 for that one plate, right? That plate has rice, beans, chicken. These people and the way they operate the business, they don't calculate it. How many ounces is on that plate?
that's true, yep.
What is your cost?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, they sell a $10 plate, but their cost is $8. Once the employee is handing that to that client, that's an $8 cost to you. They're making $2 a plate. You know how many plates you got to sell to really become profitable and live a decent life and provide for your family?
That's true.
And the time is going to take you to say, I'll do 1,000 plates a month from my business. You know how much time it's going to take you to do that? Yeah. It's going to take you 4 or 5 years. So
That's what people fucking
Yeah.
measure that shit. Bloop.
Yeah.
That's what you get.
That's what you get. You need to do that.
You have
it's
to, for
called
sure.
discipline, and a lot of people don't have that in business. So, with that, like, I could give game for days, yo.
I know.
I could, and I love it, right? This is some shit that I love what I do. Like, I'm really, like, I wake up excited. It's the only thing that makes me excited is after my wife
And that's the
kids.
passion. And that's the passion.
That's it.
And that's the passion
Yeah,
for
that's
it.
it.
That's why you keep scaling and scaling to where you need to be scaling.
yes.
And I'm telling you, God has his cards for you. And just the person you are and everything is going to get you to where it's going to get you to.
Of course, man.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the blessings.
It's something, and I tell you, man, it was. I remember like when I did my first round of like restructuring, I'm like, all right, I'm eliminating this whole division. It was a time that I had to make a decision. I had a couple of sales reps that these guys would generate for me in a month like 60, 70,000. About 4 sales.
Talking money out here.
But they had the I wasn't providing the correct environment for them to have the best company culture. So I had to make the decision to say, damn, do I just rock out with them and wing it because they got money? Or do I just say, fuck them, let it go?
Yeah.
It's a hard, we talking 60 bands. Bro.
I mean,
This
it ain't easy to fucking,
like, you know what I'm saying?
something you're trying to get, it ain't easy to let that shit go that fast.
Game, but at that time, I said, you know what? Fuck it. I believe in myself. Yo, the minute, like I want to say, like the minute I did that, I end up getting a call from a company called You Pick Data. Shout out to Santiago for putting that place together with there. And I highly recommend them for all my guys that do FanDuel sports betting. They give you the recommendations. So basically, they have a platform in Mexico. They have their own online casino, and they use the data from the casino to give you the best, the best possible outcome.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, so
There's a
their
lot of
data
people doing
shows.
that.
Yeah, but they have actual casino data because they own a casino.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's crazy
That's
right
crazy.
there. Ain't that called damn fuck?
It's
Oh,
like
the
a
fucking-
tipster, they call it. Or some shit
yeah,
like
like you using that to get this here, like you know what I'm saying?
Yo,
He's a middleman.
Yeah, so crazy. That was, and to this day, that relationship, God willing, I think is gonna be something that with time is gonna probably be the best deal of my life that I've did. Okay. And I'll give you the insight on that. So basically, I'm doing business, right? I'm restructuring my team. Boom, go through that process. I developed a team out of Mexico that I had already been working with for like almost a year, nurturing these guys, giving them information, developing them, doing a great job, right? These guys are coming on. I got a team out of DR. I got a team out of Colombia. I'm building that. I'm like, I'm done with the States. I'm done with the quiet quitting. Like, not because you'll have 3 people call out one day. It's like, yo, that's 15 appointments, kid. Yo, that's a $1,500 an appointment that you could possibly come. You get 2 of them shits, it's 3,000. You know, so boom. I said, all right, let me structure this. My guy Santiago hits me up. He's like, yo, there's a possibility. This company is called Joyce Capital. They're a Mexican conglomerate. They own like 12 different brands. They're official sponsors of the Broncos. You could check it all on their website. They're fucking the Mets official sponsor. Like, they're really heavily into sports because they own a casino. They want to get the Mexican market, and this is crazy how you're going to see how everything comes together. They're trying to put their UPIC data platform in the American market to sell their recommendations. I'm like, all right, perfect. I got the CRM. I got everything. Set them up, do a nice contract with them. And we set up a deal where out of every membership, I get a percentage in perpetuity, right? Because that word, I made sure when I was doing my negotiation, I said, I want that to be in perpetuity.
Facts.
You know what
I want that word to be
forever,
there.
for sure. That worked out. In that process and developing that relationship and putting the marketing together, they gave me one from their leadership. Hey, we're trying to get the gambling license in a couple states in the United States. I said, word? Columbus, I got a client for us. These guys need and we're talking like $20,000 a month retainers, right? When you're trying to get a fucking gaming license in the United States of America. Have the call. Yeah, I got a lobbyist out of Washington, D.C. When can y'all get the Zoom set up? Let's set this shit up.
He said how everything goes right back into the circle.
It goes right back around. And this shit happens time over time. Mind you, these guys came in for a fucking marketing contract that it was like $20,000 spread across 4 months for that, just to get the members, and we get a perpetuity of every single member. In that process, we get them the lobbying contract. That's another $15,000 a month. Right, that StarPoint gets like cut out, which is like, it's huge, right? That we're able to put these deals together and connect these dots.
That's a beautiful fucking
You know what I'm
thing,
saying?
bro.
And it's just all off a network. It's just like, oh, I got this, that can help with this. Let's link it here. I got that can help with that. Let's link
Relationships,
it here.
baby,
It's
relationships.
And it's just a blessing. So I say that like with that deal, this is something that with time is going to be monumental because once they go, they going. Like, yo, they just bought an NBA team for the Spaniard league, the league in Spain. Like these guys are players.
I seen that.
Yeah, these guys are fucking big. This company, like they're huge, and I'm like, damn, I can't believe I'm doing business with these guys. Like, for some shit that.
Would you ever thought you was? I know you probably would have said like, okay, you don't see the vision, but you know you was going somewhere with it.
Yeah.
But then to sit here and be like,
Yeah.
yo, wow.
Yeah.
Basically,
what the fuck he's doing?
Nah, bro, and then having the meetings, like, yo, I had the meeting, the Zoom meeting is like a fucking bunch of these guys. I'm like, oh, this is legit. Like, this is the real. Like,
it was the journey. The journey you enjoyed. You love it.
So I love that. Like, I didn't even look at the figure amount, or like, I'm just like, damn, I'm excited to do this, and I'm excited for all these pieces to drop. Because now it brings me on another level, right? Like, even like to kind of again go back full circle with Columbus. Now there's we're working on a proposal to have UPIC data be at the Super Bowl in Vegas. So what does that do for StarPoint? Everywhere UPIC data is, of course, StarPoint is going to be there. It's a 2-for-1 package. Now I get to do that, position my company, and I don't got to pay for it because I got to leverage that I'm bringing UPIC data as a client. These are the things in business where everything is strategic. Yeah. I got the plugs in Vegas from PBC. So now it's like, all right, let's do this. Everything just compounds.
And if we got one win,
yeah,
we could do another win.
Exactly.
And keep it moving like that.
But it takes patience, man. Like, I'll tell you, it took me, fucking 15 years to get to doing these type of deals to get to be able to have a place at these tables, and in some cases bringing the actual tables to these arenas. It's a blessing, man, and it's something I'll tell you. The last like 6-7 months have been extremely exciting for me. And the things that are coming within the next 90 days, for myself, for my business, for my family, it's life changing, and everything is going to change, and I'm super excited for that.
No, that's good because you got to realize too, man. Everybody has to realize this man is only 34.
Yo, yeah, that's what they passed
He's
through. Yeah,
making
yeah,
it seem like he's lived like a 50-year-old man life. But he's only 34. There's many opportunities if you strategically. That's how you say it.
strategically.
Put yourself in the right place. Yeah,
If you
know
put
what I'm
yourself
saying?
in the right position, you get places, man.
Yeah,
I'm amazed by this shit. I ain't
Listen,
gonna
that-
lie.
and also like help your homies on the way, right? Like yo, as soon as Jay hit me, I'm like, oh, for sure. Like I fuck with you.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I
yeah.
see you. Like I know you. Like this is not like a leverage. Now this is my boy. Like I see what you're trying to do. I can fuck with you. And I could actually give you information to make your shit better. That's what I'm here for.
And mind you, no. Let me even give more credit because he's downplaying it right now, bro. Like because I did hit him up because that's because he offered himself to do it, right?
Yeah.
So just the person you are, I
Yeah.
fucking appreciate that for life, bro. Because you don't have to do this, right?
of course,
you didn't
of
have to,
course.
but for you to say, yo, you knew I was. Oh, you doing it? Oh, bro, let me know
Yeah,
whenever
of
you're gonna
course,
think.
of
I'll
course,
get
of
on it.
course,
Da, da,
of
da.
course.
And that was the minute I was doing the LLC. Like they like, yo, I'll do it. This and third. Always kept that in mind. Like, yo, fuck it. And look, to fruition.
Of course.
we linked up on that shit, and you here today. So
Of course,
I
And
appreciate
you
that,
know
man.
What,
Like,
man, I'ma even so my man, I'm gonna try to hook you up with one of my boys, man. That he has a lot of really good relationships out here.
Okay.
and he has a really big liquor store. So I think he would be great for this platform, and he knows a lot of people. To see if you guys could even fucking interview him. Shit, even try to do it inside of the liquor store.
shit. Listen, y'all heard it here, bro. Y'all heard it here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all heard it here.
Yeah, now for sure.
No,
man.
hell yeah, we
But
should
that's
take
how
that
everything
equipment over. Let's
goes,
go.
you know? That's how really business works.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, and you got to put that time in. You have to,
Yes.
and don't focus on the money. The
Nah,
shit's gonna
yeah,
come.
for sure.
Yeah.
Money's gonna come. Yo, I tell you, man, that was one of the things that took me a long time to get kind of separate myself. I was very attached to the money.
Yeah.
Right, in the sense that because of the industry that I came from doing the juice bars and just managing a lot of cash and just being in a place where it's just like, damn, I'm just used to money flowing.
Yeah, it's money driven.
Just money driven. I was too focused on the money driving activities that I wasn't putting the same amount of focus on actually creating an actual great business, a great system. Once I did that transition, like
It's over.
I'm telling you, like 0 to 100, kid.
See, so
Lesson.
that's why. Listen, that's why you got to nourish your relationships.
Yes.
Nourish your business. Have passion behind it. Don't be money driven because money driven do get you the wrong places where you don't
wrong
want to be
places,
at.
right.
Like when you put passion into it,
Yep.
it's gonna scale you to a place that you definitely want to be in.
Yep. And I have one more thing I want
Go ahead, go
to
ahead.
hit y'all with. And this is an exercise that you could do that is gonna drastically change your life. I just started doing this a couple weeks ago, and it's really been a big testament with how I feel, how I think. I only surround myself now with people that are positive. Like I'm telling, like it's and one of my mentors. So he's like, you always say, I hate being in a bad mood, JP.
Yeah.
You will never see me in a bad mood. I'm like, damn, like that's an interesting perspective. He's like, nah, I just don't have people around me that provide me a bad mood. Like anything, whether it's a text, a call, or an interaction I'm having, I'm never gonna let anyone that is not on a positive or on a driven for life enter my ecosystem.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because those are distractions.
Yeah.
And a lot of times as entrepreneurs, we want to get, philosophy or an explanation or an approval from a family member, from a friend. And they're not going to feed you sometimes information that's going to be, that's going to give you the confidence and the momentum that you need. So you got to be selfish and say, yo, not that you only want yes people around you, but you need to have people around you that are going to motivate you and only add to whatever your purpose is.
Yep.
Adding to your purpose is constructive criticism, right? It's giving me access to information. It's telling me, yo, you killing it, kid, keep going. It's telling me, nah, dog, you slacking on your macking. You got to fix this, and this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like having those type of relationships around. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm sorry, I'm cutting you.
that's how it be. You know what I'm saying? Like, he knows.
Yo, cause we listening right now, cause I know how I looked at it, cause we always going back and forth. But it's all love, obviously.
It's
It's like,
love, of course,
but
of
we
course.
always go back and forth. So that's
have
why he's
to.
like, "Fuck you, motherfucker!"
You
Like,
have to, bro. And then, even if it's family, you got to cut
Yeah.
off. Like, nah, you got to chill.
yeah,
No, but it makes it better though, because like he said, even with what you said, sometimes life gets the best of you.
Right, of course.
And we have a goal, so it might just like a quick shine of a diamond,
Right.
might distract my vision and go this way.
And go this way, yeah.
So sometimes I get that way, and then it be these two motherfuckers that get together, and they be like, "Yo, Ja, what the fuck, Ja? Yo, what are you doing, my nigga? Like, yo, come back this way, son." And then it does get better, and then the outcome comes out to where you see, nigga.
Yeah.
You see, bro, you could have done this, then the third. If you really put your mind to it, stop. And that's true.
That's
And
right.
it
You
works,
need
it
those
works.
people
Yeah, yeah.
around you. Like that's really like I tell you, man. Like if I ain't have like my girl constantly on me like that, like I would never have access to the information or the network that I built or the infrastructure I built to this point. It was impossible.
Yeah.
Right. And just filter yourself. Filter. Like y'all tell you, I could pull up my phone right now. I probably got like 400 or 500 text messages of people that have been waiting for weeks because the energy wasn't correct. Right, even like from jump, like, and have that respect in yourself. Yo, if you hit me up and I don't get a good morning or good afternoon, I'm not gonna hit you back. It could be the golden opportunity.
Yeah. He does that shit. Like, yo, at least good
Like,
morning,
yo,
bro.
I'm an
Like,
investor. What
fuck
the
you.
Am I a human being or am I a fucking like what am I?
Yeah.
I want to read me, my
Yeah,
guy.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
what's
at
up?
least,
Like,
at
I want to
least.
make sure that I'm receiving and giving that type
Yeah,
of energy.
yeah.
What's up, brother? How you feeling?
Yeah.
You know, anytime you call me, what's the word? What
Yeah,
is
yeah,
happening?
yeah, it's fact,
Great
fact.
afternoon. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you always been like that type of person too. That always be like, yo, I'm like you cool and everything. 'Cause
Yeah.
I remember even I was on the phone with you. You was like, yo, yeah, like you and your friend could stop by my shop in Jersey City. I'm right
Yeah,
over the
like-
bridge. You feel me? Like as if I knew you for like years already.
Yeah,
So it's like,
and it's that, man. It's just being welcome because I'm welcome. My doors are open for all the blessings that God has coming, right?
Yeah.
I'm here to welcome them, man. I'm not gonna stand. I'm not gonna get in my own way. I'm not gonna block my blessings. I'm open, baby.
My blessings is not your blessings, but if I'm
Yeah.
here to add on to it.
Let's go, baby.
Let's do it.
Let's win. Yeah, let's
do it.
win, man. And it's important to do that, you know. So I want
do
to
it.
make sure to leave that.
So, listen, whoa, JP, bro, this is like the best fucking episode thus far. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. Like, I am not gonna lie to you. Information, upbringing. Exactly what we said we were gonna speak about. We didn't even have to ask no. You know what? We didn't even have to ask no questions, bro. Like, you knew exactly what the fuck you was doing, bro. Like,
I don't know if you had like a mechanical fly in our shop last night or
Yeah,
something, because we were
I
all talking about what we gonna say.
Yeah,
and you answered every single thing on my list. I'm like, I can't even.
what are we just listening? We just soaking, bro.
I
Like,
can't
we
even
just
say
soaking.
anything because everything he said was answered.
You know what it is though?
Nah,
like
but
I
beautiful.
tell y'all from jump on, I did my homework. I saw a bunch of y'all shit. Everything. I seen the lady you guys had in here. I did my homework. Like I'm about
I like
my
that.
shit,
I like
you know
that.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything I have to be prepared because I don't want to I can't make Jay look bad.
Yeah.
I gotta put on a show. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? I
yeah.
gotta put on value. I gotta
Yeah.
give information. I gotta be prepared. You know what I'm
Facts,
saying?
facts.
Because I know that's what he brings to me. So I can't come short. It's my
I
guy.
like that. That was cool. I
Feel
like
me?
that. That was low.
Word,
So
word.
listen, y'all stay here to the end. Thank you. We appreciate y'all. We love the support. Keep rocking with us. And you already know, peace, bless, love. Give thanks to that man above.
Amen.
Live, love, prosper, y'all.
peace out.